I forgot to get water. I'll be right back. Must just open the wrong Game Jam thing. Twitch chat makes a game. I wonder if you did the Twitch plays Pokemon for Godot, if you could get even the character to move ever. You've heard of vibe coding. Get ready for crowd coding? Question mark? I'll be right back. But in the meantime, look at this thing. There you go. You can have this. We're so back. There's been an experiment where like thousands of people were let into a single docs file. I like the website where it's like a million checkboxes and you can just check or uncheck any box. You make the map? No, of course not. Are you kidding me? Of course Rosati made the map. Don't be ridiculous. You think I can make this? Come on. One has advantage. If we combine them, it has oddity and advantage. But basically always rolls a 5. What's some of the stuff I want to do today? I want to do the shaders for the outside of the dice. Since one is oddity red, it's more like a pinkish red. I don't know, just vibed. Just vibed with it. Don't worry about it. I want to do the monster spawning and the wave spawning. I want to fix the inventory. For the buttons for the inventory, I'm not 100% sure what to do about those yet. I need the combine die button. What sound does that sound so nice? Pyom made it. It's every sample in the game is made with a die rolling, which is really sick. Yeah. Congrats, Rosati. I know, 100% big ups to Rosati. What's something else I want to do? In Gemcraft, combining the die costs like mana or resource or whatever. I don't think I want to do that for us. I think if you want to combine the dice, I'm just gonna like fucking let you. I want to get everything today done that makes this like a complete game, and then tomorrow and Sunday I want to do like shops and stuff. So if I can do the shaders, the wave spawning, and cleaning up the UI today, I think we'll be in a really good spot. And then also do like the resources. I don't know if we can get all 4 of those done, but I would like to try. Oh, and the health of the like die forge as well. Yeah, I would like to do all of that. I'm not sure if it's possible. We're gonna have to try. We'll see. I also want to do like a range expand on when the die gets bigger, because I think part of the upgrade should be that the die actually gets bigger. I guess we only really need like 1 button then, huh? Will health be near the base or in the bar at the top? Probably in the top. I feel like that's where most of the UI stuff should go, probably up there. We could, I mean, if we're ripping everything else from Gemcraft, the way Gemcraft works is if you let a monster hit your wizard tower, it teleports the monster back to the start of the map, but it costs mana. So it costs the resource that you get for killing the monsters to do it. And I think I like that idea. And also it's less stuff for us to implement. So when you kill a monster, you get mana. When you banish the monster, it takes mana. And mana is also the resource you do use to make more dice. Like I said, in regular Gemcraft, combining the dice also costs mana. Or the gems in Gemcraft. I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe, perhaps. I'm not totally sure. We also need to slightly balance the dice out because of the whole, like, losing resource thing. There's quite a bit to do. I'm gonna start with the shaders though, because Bad Cop made us a super sick shader file. So I'm gonna start there. On the other hand though, I do have some quick news for everybody. I found a thumbnail artist, and I paid them money to make a thumbnail. I'm actually using it for this stream as well, which means that this stream and the video have the same thumbnail, which is kind of funny. But dude, look at this. We're like official now. We have a real thing. Isn't that neat? This is kind of a spiral of death. You need mana to damage monsters, but you lose mana when you don't deal enough damage. Yerp, don't, skill issue. Don't let them hit your base. Games are all about like being stressed and acceleration changes, so there you go. Looks amazing. Thank you, thank you. Misread that as world's gayest game maker. Are you being serious or are you doing a bit? Or this one? I could see it. I'm dyslexic. There's a Y in there for sure. No, I'll give that one to you for sure. Yeah. I thought you were talking about the video thumbnail. I was like, you piece. But no, okay, you're good. You're good. You're not on notice. Okay, let's do the outlines first. So the way we're gonna do the outlines is we need just literally a white pixel outline for all of the sprites. So we're gonna open up the dice atlas and just chop them up real quick. I'm being serious? Fair, fair. I was gonna say that's kind of a dated joke if you weren't being serious. We don't really use words like that anymore. This turns out it was really mean. Not good. All right, go like that. I have the right thing on the thing. 4 dice getting chopped. Yeah, well, shouldn't have been in my game. That's what you get for being in my game. I need literally the color just FFFFF. And I'm going to say pixel brush size 2. And this might take a little bit, but we're going to just do something like this. I do wonder if there's a faster way to do this in A-Sprite. I imagine that there is, but this also works just fine. Am I missing something here? Yeah, a little bit. You just basically do this for each of the spots on the die. I guess you could do this with the line tool too, though I'm not sure it'll line up perfectly. Nah, I think just do it the way I'm doing is fine. We only have to do like 10 of or 5 of these anyways, so it's fine. But these will go on the outside of the dice, and then we can use the shader on this part specifically, and it'll make the die show up all glowy with magic and stuff. So I'm gonna start with the D4, see how it looks, see if I want to do it with all the other ones. And we'll go from there. Is it 2 and 2? Yep. Well, the bottom one's really easy. It's quite quick. Okay. Does that look okay? I think that looks good. Am I missing any like symmetry here? That should have one more piece there. Just like that. Something's not quite right. What happened? But this will be like the glowing aura around the die. I'm gonna do it over. I think I messed up my process a bit. Zoop. Let's try again. It should just be in like one direction on the die. It should just be like this. And then we do one for the top. Yeah, I was being a little overzealous with the clicks there. There we go. This makes much more sense to me. And it will retain the shape of the die, so we just do like this. I guess maybe this needs like 1 extra pixel there. Make it look better. Yeah, probably. Surely there's a mirror tool. That, you're right on that one. I can do that for the mirror part. Yeah, 100%. I should only have to do like one side. I do want to have one more there like that. So something like that. Cool. And then what we would do is just erase. I feel like there's a way to do like erase entire sections of color at once, but I don't know how to do it. Got something for me? Erase this with the background color and background layer, transparent color, and another layer. Right button, replace foreground with background color. I understand that. I'm just gonna, it's fine. That's too many. I'm just gonna do it this way. Surely I can do like paint bucket with this color, right? Yeah, that makes way more sense. So something like that. All right, let's see what that looks like in game. So I'm gonna file, export as. This will be the shader atlas, or a dice outline atlas. Dice outline atlas, like that. Export that. And let's put that sprite in the game, see how it looks. So, here on the sprites, we'll have a child node of this, and we'll call it a sprite. And this will be the outline. So we're gonna go ahead and say that this, load the texture up here. This. Nice outline axis, yep. Then we're gonna do region enabled. Go ahead and edit the region and snap it to just this part like this. Now the scaling might be cooked if I remember correctly, or maybe it's actually fine. How does that look? It kind of overrides the like original sprite a bit, which is not what I intended it for that to do. I'll turn the shapes off for a moment. It looks okay here. Why is it like overriding it in the game so hard? I guess if you zoom out too much, it just looks like that. Maybe we set it the self-modulate on this to be like half alpha, so like 120, 122 or something. That? Okay, that looks better. Yeah, there we go. So if a die has anything, it'll do this. If it has nothing, it'll just won't have the outline at all. So if you make just a regular Andy, it won't have a thing. Like this one shouldn't have an outline at all. Oh, and you need to move with the rest of the stuff. I'm realizing. Because you're not tweening correctly. You're leaving your outline behind when you tween. That's funny. How does the roll come with, but the arrow doesn't? If you tween, I mean, if you tween, you should take this with you, right? Kind of confused actually why you don't come with, because the arrow or the roll comes with. When I do the tweens, am I doing it on the roll too? Activate tweens. Left, right, tween dot play. I guess I'm making them at the start of the thing. Sprite rotation, sprite. No, they're just coming with. Wait, why aren't you coming with then, huh? Why do you feel so anchored to this earth? Because you're doing that, and like the numbers are doing it. Weird. You're a child of the sprite. You think you're better than me? You think you can just not come with? Okay. Weirdo. Again, this is just doing its thing. This is doing its thing. Why aren't you coming with? When the position of this updates, it should update this position. Am I doing something weird? You look like a child element to me. Do we ever interact with the roll? The roll at? Roll sprite, yeah. Where's everywhere that we call this thing? Set roll sprite to activate, update roll sprite value, self-modulate, that's fine. Region rec, position, yeah, that's fine. Roll sprite, self-modulate, yeah. Between parallel, roll offset. I guess we are moving it with. Interesting. Like attack animation, tween property offset. Tween property here, offset. Yeah, I guess it's coming with. I suppose that means that this sprite needs to have both of the tweens. Animation doesn't change the position. It's not an animation though, which is why it's weird. It's a tween, but the tween affects the offset, not the position. So we would need you to follow the parent offset, which I don't think is a thing. I think that's the point of offset, is that it doesn't allow you to do that. So either we move you, we give this sprite the same offset as these, or is there a 2D position follow? It's not changing its position though, is the problem. I'm using offset so that it doesn't affect the arrow of the die, when I could be changing the position instead. But there are caveats to wanting to change the position. The reason we're not changing the position is because I don't know. I was gonna say because then the tower range will change, but the die is in the same position. It's just the sprite that's moving. I think we should just do the sprite. Like if I did this, what does it look like? If I did position. This. I'm curious what happens here. It should all come with now, right? Even that now the arrow's coming with it as well, which I think is actually fine. I don't think it looks that weird. I would prefer if the arrow didn't come with though. I mean, if I want that effect, what I can do is just move the arrow there then, right? Is that gonna break everything? It'll break the reference, because the reference needs to be updated. Instead of this arrow, it's going to be not arrow. This is going to be just like this. Maybe that doesn't break everything? Does it work now? The arrow still tracks properly. Yeah, that looks correct to me. Oop. Not using the special reference. It's because it's in its own class, and so those don't necessarily work all the time. This looks like it's working. For some reason, when I... Right, that makes sense. For some reason, I want like more juice out of the movement. It actually looks like a little weak to me now. Where do I actually set this thing? Because like the sway tweens and everything are fine. Actually, I think just setting it to position works just fine. So we'll just do that. Okay. Cool. What next? So that kind of fixes that. Now I want it to be the color with the shader of the thing that it is. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go to Bad Cop. Bad Cop made us a shader script. It's called Sky Gradient. Which, by the way, Bad Cop, I know you're probably not here because I saw you in Alkaline stream earlier when I was watching Alkaline setting up for my stream, but Sky Gradient, that's pretty good. I'll give it up. Which one of y'all has the thing? You have the shader. You have the shader. Gimme this. I want this. This is mine now. This is truly chat makes a game jam. A little bit. Triangle, so true. I'm gonna go here now. I'm gonna name this the enchantment control indicator, control visual, control sprite, control sprite. Like that. I'm gonna go to material. New canvas material. Not canvas. I don't think I want a canvas material. That's not right. New shader material. Go to the shader, new shader. Call it die shader. Go here. Control V. This is where we just paste the things. Shader parameters. Gradient 1. This is where we actually set our gradient. And we say new gradient texture 1D. New gradient texture 2D? Bad Cop, what did you use? Gradient texture 2D. That kind of makes sense, yeah. Gradient texture 2D. Gradient texture 2D. If we go to this gradient, we can then set the colors on the gradient. How the fucking... How? Where am I right now? How deep am I? Hey, Colbot, how's it going? Welcome in, buddy. How do I choose different colors for the gradient? Oh, that's nice. I can do that. That's cool. Gradient amount, gradient here, just below that part. Width, height, HDR, fill, linear, radial, square. Just past it. God damn it. Here? If I did like this, what does that even look like? It looks like nothing because it hasn't applied yet. Makes sense. Then we say amounts, and I'm gonna go to this. How did this work again? I say amounts, and I say rotation, but the color needs to be like 2. It'll look like that kind of. I don't know what rotation does at all. Maybe when you have 3, rotation does the 3rd color. I maybe don't understand this script. This maybe isn't as plug and play as I thought it would be. But something like this is sort of what I'm going for. In a gradient, can you just set more than one color? How do you do that? Because it looks like that's what Bad Cop did. How do you actually mess with this thing? You just add more points to the gradient? And then that changes the... Maybe, can we just get away with doing just a regular gradient? Like if I clear this, and I say new shader. Oh, you yoinked the code. Data 1, 2, 3 texture gradient. I maybe don't understand this very well. Yeah, I don't know how this works. Like at all. That sucks. I thought I was just gonna be able to like hook it up. Canvas shader might work. How do you do one of those? Canvas. I'm gonna see, because like what I want to do is just be able to set like a list of colors, I guess. I do think this is what I want. I just don't know how to use it easily. Say new shader. I'm not gonna call it dye shader. I'm gonna call it test shader. I got a resource, so I'd have to change the thing here, huh? White gradient. Let me see. Let me go to the Godot shaders. Perhaps with the outline thing, a radial shader will actually work for us. Radiant. This top one is the one that makes it look like it's in Minecraft. Let's see. I saw a radial shader the other day that was pretty good. Gradient outlines. Hold. What does this look like? That's a lot. Copy that. I'm curious what this looks like. It looks horrible. What the fuck? What happened? Huh? Is it trying to do the inside of the... Undo that. I'm gonna go to this sprite. Maybe this sprite's the one that wants it. Material. Shader material. New shader. Called die 2. Try that. Does nothing? What do you mean it does nothing? How's that work? One time it turned it into like a shadow demon, the other time it does literally nothing? Because I didn't paste it in correctly? That could be why. What does that look like in game? You can't see because the background is also black. That's fair. I didn't think about that actually. That's a good point. I'm gonna hide this for now. Shader parameters. Max line width, I'm gonna say 1. We might be onto something here. Hold. Hold. Block size? What does block size do? Second one is a gradient between start color and end color. Third one is both. Most uniforms are pretty self-explanatory. Block size of segmentation value if aligned with variation outline. If I did like 3. If I did like 2. And I did block size like 2. Yeah. Outline color in XYZ coordinates. I don't even know what the fuck that even means. What? Outline color. Huh? Shader code. Is this different than this? Yeah, it is because I only copied half the code. That's fair. I didn't think about that. My bad. Now, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. What? I still don't understand how to do starting color as a rectangle. Is this Skibidi Toilet Tower Defense Godot Edition? No, sorry. This is Lava Chicken, Chicken Jockey, Flint and Steel Tower Defense. I apologize. Skibidi Toilet? Kind of sound like you're a millennial. I think there's some minion memes you should be posting on Facebook right now, Grandpa. How do you make a color out of square? Manually put the RGBA. I'm leaving the streamers too brainhard. No, I'm sorry. I meant do your taxes. I meant, did you, lovely weather we're having. Fuck, how do we pull it back? Literally, how do you do this? If I say 120 and 48, what does that even mean to you? What does that even mean to me? What is XYZ RGBA, man? How does that even work? I don't know when people communicate through Slack DMs. Literally what? It kind of looks cool. XYZW's RGBA, there's a video, maybe watch that. Where's the video? Oh. Sure, yeah, hang on. Pause. 2.9k views, 23 subscribers. I got you, homie. Let's...
For pictures, you could
This is 38 minutes long.
Procedure. So if you're looking it up, then you probably don't have much experience with visual effects or shaders in general.
Yeah, fuck you, man. Unsubscribe.
That's what we're here to cover. So I'm just gonna do a short explanation
Fuck
of how we
you.
make the effects before walking through implementation
Variables,
of
fragments.
of
This is
of a texture is basically a number from 0 to 1 for both dimensions.
that's not what I need.
Which 4.
Yeah, okay, this part. What the fuck do you mean vec4?
Declare.
What do you mean by this?
Color
Times 2 speed, please. Okay, okay.
you want our outline to be. So by default, just make it vec 4.001, which corresponds to the RGB value of.
It is RGBA. Okay, it's RGBA. It's RGBA. So, if this is RGBA, and it's 0 to 1, told you it's RGBA. Okay, sorry. Listen, brother, if I did everything that chat said that I should do in my game, if I had them answer every question, we might have made a good game by now, and I simply cannot abide that. Okay, anyway, you said it first. Yeah, read the chat. Pull the chat logs. Pull the chat logs. So, let's look at one of our colors for one of the effects. Let's look at the let's look at evened. Evened is a good one. What is this color? But it's not RGBA, it's the other one. It's this one. So it's 0.776. Okay. If I go back to here, I can say 0.77. So this is obviously 0. 0.776. This is 0. Like that. And then the ending color, let's say it's a nudge dye plus a I'm gonna put the alpha to 0.5, by the way. Let's say it's nudge plus, or let's say it's even plus explode, I guess. I don't know. What is this one? HSV? Or raw, sorry. 0.969353353. 969353353. So 9.969353353. That looks horrible. What does that look like in the video game, though? What is this song? I don't like this. Zoop. You know what? It doesn't look terrible. Like how it's gradiented, lovely gradient. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm still not really fucking with it. I don't know. I don't know if there's a good solution for this, to be honest. We might just go no shaders. You might just have to hover over your dice. Is that a problem? It doesn't seem like it's that much of a problem for a guy like me. I don't know. Because, like, the thing is, the colors and everything just kind of work as they are right now anyways. So, like, I feel like the more color I add, the worse it's gonna look. Circles of color next to the die? I might need a visual representation of what you're thinking. Maybe it just changes, like, the shot of the die? Maybe it just changes the color of the shot of the die. And it just picks a random one in the controls that you have. Because then it's not on the screen the whole time. Because this shit kind of just looks bad. Like, it just looks gross. I think even in a perfect world, it's going to look kind of weird. What if I turn the other color off? Let's play with it for just a little bit longer before I abandon hope. If we just do that. I crank this guy up a little bit. That? How does that look? Maybe we just use half the shader. Can't see shit. Okay, let's crank it up a bit more. Like that. That's not bad. That's not bad. It's got like a little twinge of green going. Maybe if I crank this to like 0.75. That's not horrible. I think that's it. I think that looks pretty solid. How do we deal with more than one color? I think you just don't. I think you just take the top one or maybe take the last one out of the list or something. That does look nice. Also Discord. Okay, one sec. I like that. I think that's I shouldn't have put the whole thing on the screen, huh? So I think the shot changing might be my one. You show my JD Vans profile picture. Have you said thank you even once? Take a random one. You get an ultra rainbow machine gun with ultra upgraded D20. It could just shift between the colors every once in a while. Now that's an idea. We put it on a timer and it just like shifts through the 3 colors. It just walks through the list of the HSV values. Hold on. That might be it. Because this looks nice. This looks really nice. And we don't have to mess with the other outlines. Y'all? That might be it. It just walks through the values, of course. How could I be so naive? That's perfect. I think it cooks. I think it does too. I think it looks very nice. I'm gonna delete this. Okay, so the way we do that, we add a timer here. If I do hard work, math do hard work for me. Exactly. There's gonna be a timer. This will be the color change timer. Color, oopsies. Color change timer. I'm gonna go here. We're gonna go like this. Color change timer like that. Nope. I really wish they fixed this Godot bug. I mean, they actually sort of did. They like half fixed my least favorite Godot bug ever. I can't be that mad. We're gonna do, not necessarily, we're actually gonna do this in the update frame. What's the delay on the color change? It's gonna be every 1 second it's gonna change colors. Where's the process? We're going to say update color like this. We go here. How does this work? Function update color. And this needs to be auto start. The way this is going to work is we're going to be looking at one color index in our thing. We're going to be looking at the next one in the list and slowly transitioning into that color. So something like this. Actually, this should not start at the start. So it should be, well, it's okay. If chaos controls dot size is greater than or equal to 1, then we're gonna say, hang on, if we go to the shader and we just say starting color is literally nothing, like it's 0, 0, 0, then this is fine. How do I access this property? It would be something like sprite dot material dot something. How the hell? Dot starting color? Huh? Material dot set, I believe. Dot set? How does that work? Get material. Material applied to this canvas item. Set starting color X. I see. Set material. You would do starting color? Like that? And I can do vector 4, which is still disgusting, by the way. I'm gonna say 1, 1, 1, 1. Does the game explode when I hit play? It absolutely does. Yeah, because this class doesn't even know how the fuck its life works. Oh right, because I didn't. Yeah. It's still green, which means the color didn't update. So that doesn't work. How to update this? It has to be a shader parameter. Maybe don't understand what you mean by that. Update parameter of a shader. During the thumbnail, I got an artist to do the thumbnails. Yeah. Yeah. I like it a lot. Updating shader parameter. It's material dot set shader parameter. It's like this. That is apparently the function call, which is crazy. No, the fuck it isn't. Sprites material dot set shader parameter slash parameter. That? I still no. Huh? How the hell do you do this? It is shading parameter slash starting color, which is the weird thing. Can I do this? So if I can do this, right? Nope, not like that. Certainly not. I also didn't know you could do this. Let's try that. Fire Girl is my favorite recurring character in the Sky Gray TV cinematic universe. It is definitely one of the coolest ones. I think. Holy shit, it worked. I was just spelling it wrong. I think the Vampire Survivors or the Vampire Runner game Vampire is sick. I think the Ice Fire Mage is sick, and I think TX Peng turning me into an evil villain with spiky arms is super sick. I think those are the coolest ones in this Sky Gray TV cinematic universe for sure. I don't know, you could do this Game Jam motto. Yes, sir. That's why I love them. This isn't going to be this Vector 4. This is going to be... How the fuck do you even... It'll be chaos controls 0 dot color dot... Huh? Fucking excuse me? What is this thing? This color is a... It's a property color. I need the HSV color to HSV. Godot color to HSV. Thumbnail is def 10x better than the last one. The artist public. This is straight fire though. Oh, they're straight gas, and they made the thumbnail in like 5 seconds, which is absurd. You can make color and set its HSV variables. Doesn't work. HSV to generate colors is easy and nice. Color dot from HSV. So maybe dot to HSV is a thing? Are they public? Yeah, you can find them on Fiverr. I can share the link with you. That doesn't work. Are we getting to here even? Color to HSV. Breakpoint. We are here. Okay, so let's see. So let me just continue, see if it even works. Non-existent function called toHSV and base color. Okay, let's look up the docs for color. Godot color documents. Here. Okay, HSL. I don't know what the fuck that means. Constructors, methods. From to HTML to RGBA32. Fucking what? From string. From HS. I can go from HSV, huh? Maybe I can put the thing. I can just use these as the points to access for the HSV colors. I think that works. If I go to U and I go to this. Well, no, HSV isn't what I want to do because these are like whole numbers. I need the raw. Maybe you can just do RGBA directly. So you would do something like this. Vector 4. Like this. And then you would say, I guess you just reference the color here. So you would say color 2D equals, var, sorry. Chaos controls 0 dot color. Cannot find color 2D in the current scope. Is it just color? Just color. We're gonna say color dot R. Yeah, color dot R. Stop it. Stop it. color.g, color.gb, color.a. And I think that will get us there. You have to do vector for RGBA, which is really cringe. I agree that it's really cringe, although it technically runs in like basically constant time. Breakpoints. Okay, yeah, do the thing. It does work though. It actually worked. Oh dear heavens. Fuck. This sucks ass. The shader is not unique to the scene. Local to scene. Please God fix it. Please God fix it. Godot, this is the one thing I hate about you. They're both normal dice. We're just regular men. How is this happening? Okay, it's fixed. It's fixed. It's not broken anymore. Oh, thank fuck. I was gonna have an aneurysm. This actually works. This actually works. It actually works. Holy shit. So if I set this to be 0, 0, 0, 0, and then I hit play, only the cool dice will have the cool effect. So this is One-averse and this is Oddity. Yes. Yes, it's working. I can make a new die that's Explode. These look a little similar in color, but that's fine. Another Oddity die. Okay. All right. I understand it now. That's sick. Thank you. I did not do most of this. I'm going to bump this up a little bit, actually, to make this a little cooler now. 25%? Right click, left click, glitch fixed it? I don't know. What glitch are you talking about? What? Right click, left click glitch? Never. What do you even, huh? I don't know what you're on about. There is a small problem in that you can see that the sprite's getting cut off by the size of the sprite. Like you can see the top isn't working. Do the glitch I want to see. If you hold left click and then you hit right click, do you see how your supply goes down? If you then re-release left click, you have now placed a die without it counting towards your supply. So if you keep doing it, you could technically put infinite dice on the field. To the point where you'll break the counter. That's hilarious. Don't break my game, okay? Why are you breaking my game? Last prism coded? Yeah. Pro gamer strat? True, it's just like it's the speedrun strats. You wouldn't get it. Evened oddity. If you combine them, this should not work. In fact, I have no idea what happens. I guess even takes precedence. That's funny. I didn't realize that would happen like that, but that's kind of interesting. Okay. The dice have the thing. Now we want to make it so that the timer is started. We're going to say color change timer dot start. I guess this isn't on auto start because otherwise it doesn't really make any sense. So we're going to say auto start is off. We're going to say color change in the update frame. In the update frame, oh boy. We need to have something like this. On ready var current color equal current color index. Current color control index equals 0 because it just starts the game at 0. We're gonna do this. Current color control index dot color. Does this work for merging the dice? Just get the thing. Just put the thing in the thing. Put the thing in the thing. We run the game tomorrow before deadline. We still have 2 more days. We have tomorrow and Sunday. So yeah, don't worry about it. We got loads. We got nothing but time. Maybe this should just do the thing on its own. So this is silly. This should just start at the start of the game. We don't need to worry about being like perfectly efficient or anything. I'm gonna take this with me. I'm gonna go to update color. I'm gonna do this. If the size is greater, so first I'm gonna say if chaos controls dot size is equal to 1, then we simply do this. Elif the chaos controls dot size is greater than 1, then we can start doing the thing where we cycle between the two things. So we're going to say, no, this is stupid. This is also stupid. I guess it's not that dumb because we can. I guess you would do something like this. would say on ready var is cycling colors equals false, like that. So this is where you start. This is where you start. You say in the first frame you do update color, and then later you're gonna say if is cycling colors update color cycle, like this. Because we do need to do this every frame, but we don't need to do it like right at the start of the game. We will do this after this is rolled. Update color, and we will also do it anytime a die is merged. On the merge, merging die. After that's done, we're going to say update color. Cool. In the update color, we're going to do two things here. We're going to say if it's equal to 1, set the color. If it's greater than 1, then we're going to say is cycling colors equals true. Is cycling colors equals true. And then we can start the timer. We could say color change timer dot start. I guess this can just be running from the start of the game. It doesn't actually. Cool. Now we need one more function. So we're gonna say function cycle colors. I'm gonna say pass. Set it to false if equals to 1. Huh? What do you mean by that? You trying to do a fast return or something? Let's see if this just works for one color. Game explodes. Update color cycle not found in base cell. Fair enough. I meant to say it like that. Okay, you happy now? So it does have the colors. This needs to be scaled down a little bit. No, you flip it true, but it'll never flip back to the starting value. Am I missing something? Which condition are you talking about? This only ever goes one direction, because if you have more than one color, this will just turn itself on, and we're good for forever. Yeah, it never turns back off. But that's a good intuition to be like, make sure it can. Because you're right, if we ever went down in colors now, this would break. Luckily, we only ever go up in colors, so yeah, no worries there. Cool. This shader is a little bit too intense now with the 25. I'm gonna set it back to like 20. I think that looked a lot better. Let's see what that looks like. 2 boring dice? That sucks. That looks a little bit better. I feel like the animation, like the frequency can go up. Now that it's not as intense. And maybe it can go up even more, because it's super subtle. Yeah, what's the original value? 1? I don't know. Blast it. Say 100. Do it. Still kind of imperceptible a little bit. I'm gonna say 25 again. Maybe that helps. It looks like it is fucking vibrating. Put that down to 2. I wish we could expand the sprite sizes. We would have to do that in the atlas. Because then we could have this glowing be bigger. I think I do want to do that. Because I want this to be, maybe even like 50 would look good. That's probably too much. Yeah, that is too much. That looks really bad. But it's a 30 maybe? Maybe 30 looks okay? No, 30 looks awful. Let's set it back to 20 because that was the only one that looked like acceptable. Because that looks solid. That looks real nice. I think I'm just gonna stick with that. Maybe the block size, we increase the block size? I'm not exactly sure what block size does. Right here? No, the block size makes it like really bumpy. I think this is good. I think just the nice subtle outline is really nice. Because it lets you know that it's special, but it's not being like crazy about it. Put like these together. Get a nice die going there. Very cool. Okay. Now we need to get to actually cycle through the colors. So is cycling colors equals true. What this is going to do is say current color index, current control index. We actually do want a thing here, now that I think about it. This signal is going to just increase the thing. Color change timer dot timeout dot connect. We're gonna say update color cycle Update current color control index. They're getting a little ludicrous. Update current control color index. We're going to say current control color index equals current control color index plus 1% len, nope, percent control chaos controls dot size. If you mod 0 in Godot, does it throw up? Or does it just say 0? It throws up. Yeah, not allowed to do that. So if chaos controls dot size greater than or equal to 1, then you're allowed to do it. Here we're gonna say, so we're gonna say next color control. Control equals the same thing here. And we're going to say, sorry, var. We're going to set the shader material as a combination of this vector, the current color, and the next vector added together. So we're going to say var cycle color equals, this is about to get absolutely disgusting, but bear with me. What's the best way of doing this? Probably construct the vector separately and then, yeah, this is gonna get really gross. You're just gonna have to, we're all gonna throw up a little bit, but it's gonna be okay. Like that, like that, like that. That's. Tell me this over, my eyes are closed. Okay, you're gonna have to keep them closed for a little bit. Our current color equals chaos controls dot current color control index dot color. We're gonna replace this with that. Okay. This is the current color vector. It's like this. Then we're going to say the var next color vector equals this thing, but it's going to be for next color. So we're going to say var next color equals chaos controls this thing dot color. And since these vectors are static, we should probably actually put it here, but let's get this working. Let's put the thing in the thing, and then we'll get to it. We're going to say this, 2, 3, 4. This, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. Then finally we say var resulting color equals the current color vector times, how do you multi-select? Hold down Alt when you're clicking. The current color vector times the ratio of the amount of time left in the timer. So this is going to be times color change timer dot time left plus next color vector times 1 minus color change timer dot time left. And then you simply set the material to the resulting color is equal to resulting color. Resulting color. That. Right material dot set resulting color. I think that this should work. Next color using the same index as current color. It's +1. But you're right. This is a typo. Good catch. Good catch. Really? No lucky dice? Okay. Fuck me, I guess. Game. Who made this game? This shit sucks. Alright, we have Woniverse and Oddity. So if I combine these together, the game explodes. Invalid access of 2. Huh? Oh, because this needs to be -1, huh? -1. This needs to be 2 then. Right. We have balance and advantage. If I combine them, does not work. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, this also needs to be -1, right? Because the length is 2. There's 2 elements. No, this is wrong. It is mod 2, it's just you subtract 1 at the end. It's -1 here. -1. That's how it works. Again. Okay, we have nudge and balance if we put them together. The game didn't crash. It's kind of hard to see what the combinations of those ones are, though. The colors are too similar. Let's try Woniverse in this one. It's green. That motherfucker is staying green. Why? Are we setting the color here? Update color cycle, perhaps? We have evened and oddity, which are not technically combinable, but current color is this, next color equals this, next color vector, resulting color vector. Why does that look like just the regular one? What's the timer at? Did I say not? Does this not start? It auto starts. What's the timer at right now? I guess we need to go to remote. Main, die manager, die. Color change timer is at 1. That doesn't make any sense. Why are you not on auto start? You hate me? Is it because you hate me? Why did... Huh? It's on auto start. Did I stop it somewhere? Am I losing my damn mind? Remote won't show the timer time? Wait, really? It shows default values? I actually didn't know that. We're gonna say var time left equals color change timer dot time left. I just want to see what it is. Breakpoint here still. Oddity and explode. That's a little bit too hard to see. Let's do Woniverse and explode. Next color time left is 0.233. The resulting color is not... It's the same color. Current color vector. What's current color? Current color vector is this. These indexes are being the same. Next color is 0. Current color vector. Why are you 0? Current color index is also 0. This isn't updating correctly. We should do this differently anyways, so. OnReady var next color control index equals 1. Mod loops back if there's only 2 colors. Yeah. Because this will be 0 plus 1. Mod 2, which is 1 minus 1 is 0. Should it be like this? 0 plus 1 mod 2. Yeah, wait, why wasn't the mod working correctly? What am I doing with this -1 bullshit? Yeah, I don't think that's needed. This resulting color is in between now. Invalid. How do you get a 2 out of a mod? Huh? Oh my god. Me when the fucking people on Twitter post the like math meme where it's like 1 plus multiplication plus the thing. So want to talk about it. That's why. Now when we combine. Yay! Look at it. It loops between the two. Very nice. Very nice. That looks pretty good. I do kind of want the effect to be more. I feel like you can't necessarily like crank it too much or it starts to look really bad. Does it loop between 3? Stop asking so many questions. You can't just enjoy things when you see them, huh? See if it does 3. Right, you're not allowed to do that anymore. We fixed that bug. Well, how about we try 4? Explode, then it goes purple, and then it goes balanced. Yeah, it looks like it works to me. Top heavy, balanced, Woniverse, explode. Top heavy and balanced obviously should not be able to be on the same die. That doesn't make any fucking sense. That's so clean, nice. I think that looks really good. There we go. Kapow indeed. Sweet. Okay. That takes care of that thing. This needs to be cleaned the absolute fuck up though. So 2 things that we can do immediately. This is like this. We can, while we're here, we can set the next color as well. We can just say next color control index equals this operation here. This will set this to be +1, and this will set this one to be +1 as well. So we can get rid of this. We don't need this. And instead, this will be this. Then for this part, we don't necessarily need... Well, it's 1 variable. I don't think it makes that much of a difference, to be honest. What we could do instead is, instead of doing this, we could set the colors here, but honestly, I think it's probably fine. Don't worry, it's not too bad. Do you need to do this to make that work? Yeah. And I want to do a line break on this one so you can actually see what's going on. Tab it forward like that. Yeah, isn't memory inefficient? Could you set the colors in the color change thing? Yeah, you could, but like whatever, that's not a big deal. No, that glow is too intense. 30 is too much. I'm gonna try 25 again. Maybe just a little bit of subtle glowing is what we want. Yeah, balanced top heavy still works, right? Goes purple, then it goes gray. Even 25 is too much. Maybe 20 is just the goat. Maybe we set this to like 10 to make it so it always has a little bit of an outline going. Yeah, I think that's my favorite version of it so far. Yeah. Okay, cool. Been a little different. Don't judge the die. That's fair. My bad. We none of us come out, you know, being the exact die that we want to be. It's about turning yourself into the die you want to be, you know? That's fair. I was too quick to judge. I apologize. Just as I was too quick to continue streaming when I clearly needed to run an ad. So I will be right back. I'm gonna run 3 minutes of ads. I'm so sorry. I wish I didn't have to, but I do. Otherwise, Jeff Bezos will come find me in my house and shoot me with a gun. I've seen him do it, and he'll do it again. I'll be right back. Give me like 3 minutes. Here's some Minecraft parkour for you. BRB. this is probably the closest you could get Cobalt. I'm not sure how you would have like a balanced die that's crunchy. Is there D&D dice edible? Of course there is. Of course. Sugar dice. Yeah? I have wanted to eat them before. What if there was a die that you could like eat the die and then in the middle of the die is a die? Like an actual die? Like a Kinder Egg situation. Candy dice. The thing is, I'd have to like roll them onto a plate or something because the tables are fucking gross, especially with a sticky die. Like I don't know if that's a winning combination. Whatever. Shaders done. Modifier counts for certain modifiers. Right. That's what we need to do next. That's what we need to do next. Okay. I have a funny story that I can't talk about, but I keep wanting to talk about, but I can maybe talk about in like 6 months. Edible dice out of crystal sugar sounds interesting. Shouldn't be too messy. As long as they don't like explode when you roll them the first time, and also so long as you like after you lick them, you never roll them again. They're entertaining my dice addiction. Time to spend money on my pixel engraved dice. Cobalt, when are we gonna have like a streamer D&D session? I want to be. I'm gonna say something, probably controversial. I think in terms of content creation, literally no medium is worse than D&D. I literally think like D&D is engineered to be the worst possible content creation ever. Do I find it entertaining? Occasionally, yeah. But here's the problem. If you start at the start of a campaign and you're there when all the characters are introduced and like you really love like Critical Role or something, right? You really love Critical Role. You were there when Critical Role started and you were there when the characters were introduced. Straight gas. And I'm happy for you that you enjoy it. And it's like, it sounds like 2 to 3 hours of like hanging out with friends, even though they're just in your head or whatever. Great. I get YouTube shorts for ongoing campaigns in my YouTube algorithm. And you know, like when someone comes up to you and they're like, dude, I got to tell you about this crazy dream I had. So it was me and my 3 friends and we were at the barracks and everything was fine until Captain McGlargleschmarg was like, oh my God, there's a Behajmler outside of the gates. And so like me and my friend, by the way, he's a Wizardler. And so like he has the ability pass without a bed frame. And so like he was okay in that situation. So like he went outside first, right? But then, oh my God, it was so funny. So my other friend who's a Warlargler, he was like, no, dude, like don't pass without a bed frame yet. So he passed him the Shablogla, which we got from the previous adventure. And so when he went outside the door to fight the Hamargalarga, he actually was able to like use his action to start the encounter. You're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? And here's the thing, I know the rules of D&D quite well. Like I'm an optimancer, as Treant Monk would say. And like you as the listener, you just kind of like, yeah, so like that sounds made up. Because it is. If you have involvement with the characters and the story and the game, it's fun pretend. But if you have none of that, it just sounds like a spew of nonsense. Because it is. And again, I love D&D. Do not misinterpret my words. It just sucks ass to be jumping into the middle of someone else's D&D campaign. Because you're like, yep. That all sounds made up. Yeah. That's my take on that. People explaining their D&D campaigns and people explaining their dreams are in the same category for me. I forgot my water on the other side of the room. We're so back. One shot with a simple setting work for streaming content. Sorry. But anything longer or deeper gets weird. I think even a one shot is bad, because if it's like a 3-hour long one shot, the only content you can make out of that is the first minute. Because if it's past the first minute, I don't know any of these motherfuckers. Except Treant Monk. Anytime Treant Monk posts a video, my ass is clicking that. Are you kidding me? He's like, hey, today we're gonna build a wizard who only throws sticks, and you got to be like, yeah, man, how does that work? And he's like, well, if you look in the D&D like 5e guide extended materials list for the Ravnica expansion, you see that you can actually be a hybrid elf merfolk, and their like specialized weapon, technically as rules is written, can actually be a stick. So we're gonna build an entire build out of making a stick. I'm like, holy shit, man, that's like crazy. D&D sessions are also super slow, so stuff is boring to listen to if you're not actively involved. Yeah, that's why the group has to be like small enough. I feel like 4 to 5 is the perfect number. Anything more than 5, I have no interest. Anything like that's like 3 is just a kind of an awkward number. Because you want to have involvement, but you don't want to have the entire involvement. And I feel like at 3, you're like involved in everything. Playing D&D campaigns too hard. Far too much getting skipped for things like internal jokes and other reasons why things happen. Yeah, it's fun for the fun for the players, but watching is boring for many. 100%. And like Critical Role and like other podcasts like that can get around that by having really entertaining characters, but like it's just I got nothing, man. Theater of the Unaligned is my favorite D&D YouTube channel right now. They're working so hard to turn their campaign into an animated show. That's awesome. Good for them. I would watch a show about it, because then I could get involved in the characters. There's like more expression there than just telling a story about it, right? Unfortunately, people are kind of fixated on D&D when it comes to roleplay. Yeah, it's just, I mean, I agree. I think there's a lot of other games. I haven't tried many other like role-playing games. There's a couple other ones that like, the thing is you can make any game like a role-playing game. Like when I played Gloomhaven with my friends, we got quite into it. My friends took their characters very seriously, and I was the little rat boy, and every time I attacked, it spawned a rat as a little rat boy. I started singing the rat's birthday mixtape. So when I would make a bunch of rats, I was just in the corner being like, rats, we are the rats, celebrating yet another birthday bash. And Michael, it's your birthday today. And the rest of everybody was being very serious, and that is how I like to roleplay. There's that crazy builds nonsense. You are role-playing, you can do whatever you want. Don't have to justify it using obscure D&D rules. Yes and no. Like, the rules are there so that everyone has a consistent language. So, while I agree with you that, like, rule of cool is the rule of the law, I also, like, the boundaries exist for a reason. So, rule of cool is the best rule, shouldn't be overdone. I agree. But also, like, it's your campaign. Do whatever the hell you want. Played a campaign with 5 players, and it was fun, but also role-played with 1 with 3, and it was also fun. Yeah, I'm not saying it, like, I didn't mean to come off standoffish. Like, if your D&D group has exactly 3 people in it, I hate you and want to buy a gun. I feel like that's not enough players for me personally. Plus, I mean, you want to get to 5 because you know 2 people are going to be skipping every week anyways, so. Okay, what's the next thing we're taking a look at? Modifier counts and certain modifiers. So when we actually do the die merge, this is when this is going to happen. Inventory slot. So if can merge, mergeable die dot merge self. So this is where this has to happen. We're going to walk through both arrays. We're going to walk through the index of both of the arrays. This is such a leet code question. Because you obviously can't just do append array. That doesn't work. We could do this like dictionary style, so things map in. And I have been informed that dictionaries in Godot do map correctly. Like order-wise, in Godot, dictionaries retain their order in Godot. I think I do want to do the walk through both lists thing, because both lists are sorted anyways. This just kind of sucks. But okay, the thing is, they're sorted by priority, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're sorted by the... No, this is good, because sorting by priority is good. Because if we get the same priority, that means the dice are on this, the modifiers are on the same level, and we're just going to use ours. We use the merging die. So if you try to do like a die with even and odd, it will just take even. Unless you drag the odd die onto the even die, then it'll take odd. So we do want to have a thing for this. So we're going to say merge controls. We're going to say mergeable dice dot chaos controls. And we're gonna move this out of here so it's a little bit easier to see it. So we're gonna say control chaos controls equals merge, and then we can get rid of these. Okay, so merge controls. We're going to say first we're gonna make a list. So new controls equals a list. We're going to say left min, not left min, but we'll say this die current controls merging. We'll say merge controls, merging controls, and I guess we say R controls, starting controls, current controls. Current controls starting priority equals controls 0 dot priority. This is far. I might have to go nonverbal for this one because this is a little weird. Starting priority. I like that these words line up. Equals merging controls. Merging controls 0 dot priority. Okay. I guess we could do max controls as well. So max control equals. No. No, this isn't right. You would start at 0 in both lists. You would start at 0 in both lists. You'd start at 0 in both lists. You would compare the 0 elements. You take whichever is smaller. You move that list index up by 1. If they're the same, you move both indexes up by 1. Yes. Current controls index equals 0. Our merging controls index equals 0. While true. I don't know what the break condition on this is yet. So we're going to say if current controls index chaos controls current controls index. Nope. Current controls index dot priority is less than merging controls this index. If it's less than, we take left. So new controls dot append this. Current controls index plus equals 1. Cannot subscript operator and base of type int. Yes, you can. What are you talking about? Chaos controls. Oh, merging control. This is merging. If it's less, take left. Move to the next element. If it's the other way around, if it's this way, you take the right. If they're equal, you take the left and you move up both. You take both. Or you take left and you move both. This should be merging controls index. Missing this? Yep. I'm gonna go here. Controls it goes up and merging controls goes up and we take left. Okay, let me explain. First time viewer here, love your avatar. Paid chatter. Dev inclined. PayPal should be on the way. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh wait, why isn't the thing working? Wait, do we not have paid chatter? Thank you though, I appreciate it. Sorry, I'm not trying to be mean. You just got here. New viewer gets here. Man, fuck this guy. Oh, I spelled paid chatter wrong. Fuck. There we go. It worked that time. But thank you, I appreciate it so much. And welcome in. Like I said, PayPal should confirm any moment now. So we have both of the elements in the list at the same time. So here's our list. We have list 1, we have list 2. We start at the top. Not a pitch chatter, man. I'm a dev. I'm following. The bullying method worked. I'm just kidding. But hey, welcome in. What kind of dev do you do? Do you also stream as well? Are you also a game developer? We look at this element, we look at this element. If this one has a lower priority, we take it, we move on to the next one. If the one on the right has the lower priority, we take it and we move on to the next one. If they have equal priority, we say, fuck you. We take ours and we move on to the next one. On equal priority, we only take one object. There will never be a case where two things in a row have the same priority. That is what we want. That is the expected behavior. Meisaka, hello! How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Hang on, I got the hookup. Wait. Bad apple. How do you... Yeah, that's the one. It's the Meisaka song. Thank you for joining. Giant smells like merge sort. It's close because there's one extra check here. If they are the same, if the name is the same, we still take this, but we increase the value. We increase the count by both of the counts. So that's the last thing we need to check. But otherwise, it is pretty close to merge sort. Full stack dev, my hero. Don't stream? I might. If I do, it'll be an avatar like you. I love this teaching method. The MS Paint never fails me. Now, I'm gonna hold back, but I appreciate when people use Paint to explain programming concepts. Anyways, so we have one more check here. We're gonna say if I guess we can do it here. If these two things have the same name, so if this dot name equals this dot name, this dot name, then we say this guy, oopsies. It is the best explainer tool. It is really clutch. I actually use it at work sometimes, although I'm on Ubuntu, so I use GIMP. But Bad Apple, it's the Meisaka song. Okay, so we're gonna say amount plus equals this one dot amount. I think that works. I hope that worked. I don't use C#, because I like GDScript and it works a lot like Python, and I'm very, very familiar with Python. I don't mean to brag, but I think my C# skills on a scale of 1 to 10 are probably like a 1, and my Python skills on a 1 to 10 are probably like an 8. So I would rather use something closer to Python. Although I looked like a fool today because I was coding in front of someone in Python, and I wrote all my functions as func instead of def. And they're like, "Are you sure you know Python? Do you want to use a different language?" And I was like, No. I'm just stupid. So we're gonna say this is not wild true. I was just using that to get into the loop. This is gonna be wild. This is less than length current or chaos controls, and merging controls index is less than length merging controls. Merging controls like that. There you go. Okay. Don't mean to brag, but I'm trash at writing C#. It's like the complement sandwich, except there wasn't a complement in the middle. It was like at the end. So it's more like the complement, like 2-course meal. Yeah. The first one is like absolute trash garbage, but at the end of the meal, they give you like the little like ice cream. That's me. That's me with the Python. But the main course, like the C#, that's like an overcooked steak. You're going to be chewing that shit for like 2 to 3 weeks. Hope they gave you a drink so you can just like wash it down or something. When we are finished here, it doesn't necessarily mean that we are done, but we know that one of these things is done. And so whatever one is not done, we just merge array the rest of whatever array we're missing. Because we know we've done the comparison now, everything is fine. So if current controls index, yes, we're doing the check again, I'm aware. Okay, just put the thing in the thing, just get the thing working. If this is less, that means we're gonna say new controls dot append array chaos controls current control index. Are you allowed to do that? I don't think you are allowed to do that. I think it has to be dot slice, and then you do this, and then you do the default value is 80 bajillion. Okay, you just need that. Sweet. I don't mean to brag, but I'm like, scrape the sledge from the bottom of the barrel to your quality at writing C#. Hey, I would probably clear someone who's never touched a computer. Like, take me, you put me in the cage match, me versus like one of those remote tribes in like the middle of the ocean that like literally doesn't even know that we've invented like toothbrushes yet. I will clear them. No, I am 100% confident. They probably, you know what? I probably know namespace is better than them. I'll say it here, live on stream. I'm not that confident about the namespace thing, actually. It might go 50-50. The bad apple is over. Why is there so... Oh, the Nato remix is also good. Camellia made a remix of Bad Apple? Okay, this is either going to be the greatest song you've ever heard, or it's going to sound like a drum kit falling down the stairs. It's the first one. Okay. All right, Camellia. God, I love Camellia. I think they're probably my most listened to artist ever. I think if I... Camellia. I think if I look them up... How many like songs from Camellia do I have? 183. It's Camellia, what did you expect? Listen. There's something you need to understand about Camellia. This is the Camellia lover graph. Alright? Okay. Okay. Tier 1 of Camellia loving. This is before you've ever played a rhythm game. You're like, what is this? I listen to Toby Keith. I don't really fuck with this music. It sounds like someone just put a computer in a blender. Nah, right? Then you play a fuck ton of rhythm games and you think that Camellia is the greatest music producer that has ever existed in the universe, right? You're like, holy shit, he's in every game. He's in Osu, he's in Sound Voltex, he's in Beat Saber. I've actually seen him IRL. I wasn't trying to stalk him, he just was at Tokyo Leisureland at the same time as me. We both had Starbucks, I almost talked to him about it. But he looked like he was locked in, so I didn't bother. But anyways, he's literally in every game, all of his music slaps, everything he makes is great. And then there's like tier 3 where I feel like I am at, where you kind of have to be like, his music does kind of sound like you put a computer in a blender, but I like it. But it's good though. See, like this? For the last like 15 seconds, there hasn't been a lot of Bad Apple, which is fine. I'm not mad about it. I'm just like, let's just be honest here, you know? But he is the GOAT, for sure. Well, he's second place. If you want the real GOAT of rhythm games and rhythm game music, it's Lapix. I'm sorry. It's Lapix. Lapix just has never missed in his entire life. Except for Flamenco House. That was a bit of a... We don't talk about that one. I mean, it is Blender music, but it does sound good when slicing blocks. True. Put a blender in a computer to Uno reverse everything? Could you... I feel like there's a world where you could use like a blender in a water cooling loop to like really get the water moving. Water pump? No, sorry. I turn on my industrial blender. It would mix the temperature really well, right? Like it would do its job. Smoothie with your water cooler? People need to expand on their water cooling setups. They need to do more like loop-de-loops and stuff, you know? Yeah, make a smoothie with it. Put the whole computer in water. The space is unexplored. Okay, if this isn't the one we want to do, we just say new controls. Dot append array, the other one. The merging controls. Dot slash, like, this is gas. This is gas. I should have talked to Camila that one day. I feel like I missed the opportunity, but sediment was sediment. I have a blender. Just shred the rocks. I feel like the water would evaporate faster though. But yeah, if there was anything in there, it would be reduced to its like core components. This will probably crash. We have explode and explode, weirdly enough. How about balance and explode? That literally doesn't work, but the thing explodes. Non-existent function size and base nil. This clearly didn't work because we didn't return the new controls. God damn it. Turn new controls. I've been fucking with Homarju lately as well. They made a really good song called Decade that I've been listening to like a billion times. Alright, let's try nudge and evens. It's evened and nudge and they're in the right order. It's all working. Okay, now I need another nudge. Here's where things are gonna get weird. I want to see the count of evened is 2 on this. I don't know if it'll work. But let's go ahead and breakpoint here. This is good. You're correct. If I combine this, it shouldn't say evened, even nudged. It should say evened once. Oh fuck. Amount isn't a key? It's motherfucking count. Are you joking me? Okay, fair enough. Oil cooled PC? It's basically just a submerged PC. Those things are so cool though. Breakpoint. New controls is 2. Perfect. Advantage of it. Okay, this is what I want to see. This should have a count of 2 on advantaged. It got to the breakpoint. It didn't crash. That's a great start. Great start. New controls is here. This is advantage, and the count is 2, and the crowd goes mild. Let's go! It actually worked. Man, I'm kind of in a J-core mood now. Go to my J-core playlist. It's called Neum. I kind of feel like I was fucking with the jungle though. I feel like J-core is a little intense for stream. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to the like PS2 jungle stuff. Yeah. You cooked? I did the thing that was already working, but it's different now. Here's another Camila song. This one with Teto. Love that. Stream is already intense. That's fair. I've been on a pendulum kick lately too. Let's see. What else? What do I want to listen to? We go this one. This is a bit of a tone shift, but I like this song a lot. I'm gonna go to this queue. Go to this one. Ooh, we got Lifeformed in this list. Holy shit! Lifeformed is also the GOAT. So good. I love you, Lifeformed. Thank you. Plus, we got C18. Nobody hating on that. Now we've evened and advantaged. Perfect. I guess we need one more thing, which is 4 dice that use the count mechanic. When they are displayed on the screen, they should show how many of that mechanic that they have. So we're going to go to the control here. We need one more thing. Export var. Okay, so my head came up with counts, and I don't think that's a good word. I don't think that's a good variable. This needs to be uses count, bool equals false. By default, it doesn't use it. So nudge uses it. Uses count, yes. Oneverse uses it, I believe, and then explode uses it. Yeah, cool. Like that. Now in the die on the tooltips, what are you mad about? Yeah, that's what I thought. On the die tooltip updater, we need to set the count to be displayed. So, our control display, the simple one is the same. The simple one is exactly the same. It doesn't change at all. This is the one that's going to change. So it's going to be like this. And then we're going to say, or sorry, no, it is this one that changes. So we're going to say if control dot uses count and control dot count is greater than or equal to 2. Then we're going to say control display plus equals. We're going to say x times the count dot format. We're going to say count. We're going to equal the control dot count, like that. So if it uses the thing, function argument 2 should be string but is int. Excuse me? Format function argument 2 should be string but is int. To string? String? To string? Does it not have a, does int not have a go to, you know what? Do it myself. All right, let's get 2 nudges together. That's advantage. That one doesn't stack. Oddity doesn't stack. Get out of here. 1d4. Go over there. Nudge stacks. Even doesn't stack. So I'm just gonna, you just go over there. Oddity doesn't stack. So that's, this should still just say nothing. Perfect. Okay, 2 nudge. So if I put these together, it's, well, we're close. That's, this is very close. It's very close. Am I doing my form? Oh, right. That's right. It goes like this. Because there's no F strings here. That. Okay, cool. Try that. I want this X to be further away too. With this. Okay, try again. Explode stacks. Even doesn't stack. Explode stacks. Okay, so this should say explode time. This is explode x2, and it does. Can I combine this? Even and explode times 2. So this thing can roll like hella crazy numbers now. Yeah, it can roll a 13. It can roll numbers so high we actually don't have the texture for them. Because it can technically roll a 24 right now. This also means our numbers might get like astronomically huge if you get enough like explode dice together. That's kind of cool though. I like that. You can make like really sick dice. It might even be to the point where like it's always worth combining the dice just to get the different controls working. I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily true. This is doubly one-averse, so it really hates rolling ones. Then we can make like a super die. Evened, one-averse, and explode. This thing will literally almost always roll numbers that it can't even see. Which is really funny. Sweet. The game is working. I actually kind of can't believe it. Sweet. Okay. Modifier counts. Extra dice shots. I think what would be cooler is on upgrading a die, the fire rate changes and the area gets bigger. Because I don't want it to necessarily just shoot more things. I actually kind of want that to be a modifier for later. Like multi-shot is a modifier we can use on dice if we get to it. In order, I'm going to do certain dice values trigger effects, and then I'll do like multi-shot or like shotgun, or I don't know, the die just like grows legs, it comes into your house and makes you a hot cup of tea on like a 7 or something. Or something like that. We can brainstorm a couple of them. So I'm not going to worry about this for now, but I do want to do that the attack area scales and the attack speed scales when you upgrade a die. Which also, I think, means that I want the attack cooldown timer to be even larger at the start of the game. So I'm going to set it to 1.5. The only thing I am worried about is the delay timer eating our lunch. Because if you put the delay timer less than the attack cooldown, what happened? Like if I put this to 0.1, does the game just like shatter into a million pieces? Like what happens here? It actually just works. I guess since it restarts the player every time, it kind of, you don't like hear the full sound effects. So you do want this to be at least like 0.2 is maybe the minimum. You're like, this game? That's so kind of you. I think you need it to be, 0.25 is the minimum because that's how long the like sound takes to play. But if you do that, I think it actually sounds like, it's kind of sick. 100% can be a Steam game. The thing is like, and I like, I know this is how all art works, but I feel like a lot of this is stolen from Gemcraft, to be honest. Like, I feel like it's almost too much, and I would almost want to reach out to the developer of that game to be like, hey, I made a game for a game jam. It's very similar to your game. I guess it's less similar than like... No, that's not real. People don't do that. I don't know. Because the thing is, if he's nice about it, then it matters not at all. And if he's shitty about it, then I want to make the game anyways. But people like clone games all the time. And it's not, I mean, obviously it's not the same game. It has completely different, like... A lot of the mechanics are similar. I think like the inspiration is extremely clear. Mechanics are slightly different and there's like more manipulation, but I would feel weird about making a game that is like so inspired by another game, I guess. I don't know. If it was an original idea, maybe. Or maybe I just do it anyways. Every open world RPG is Zelda, by the way. True. Actually, I didn't consider that angle. Like Terraria with Minecraft. Obviously, it's a clone, but they were nice about it. Honestly, yeah, you might be cooking with that. Also, the game's like, it's 20 years old or something. I don't know. Possibly. I think it's actually fun. Because, like, it's a tower defense in its essence. I don't think it's anywhere close to a Steam release, though. To be honest with you. Like, it needs a lot more stuff. I want to get to, like, the roguelike elements of it still, but we'll see. I literally don't know that game that you don't know Gemcraft? You should go play Gemcraft. That game is sick. Okay, so attack cooldown timer is actually 1.5. Hey, bad cop, did Alkaline stop streaming? Saw you in the stream earlier. I was lurking Alkaline for a while. Bad cop. So listen. Before you say anything, your shader is really cool, and I liked playing around with it. However, we maybe found a different one and are just gonna use that one. I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad. This has balanced and oddity, which don't stack. So if I try to combine even and odd, it just makes an odd die. It just takes the one below. Okay, perfect. That's what I want to see. Okay. This actually works. But look, it looks nice. You're just laughing. I destroy your work and you're laughing. I appreciate it though. The shader was very helpful. I apologize. It didn't make the cut. What's different about this one? So this one is actually one color. It's just a glow around, like it's a one color glow around the thing. The gradient part, we're actually just like changing the color ourselves manually, like on every frame. So we kind of hacked with it a little bit and it just kind of felt... The problem with the color gradient thing that I wanted to do was like... Is this one just one color? Yeah, this one's just one color. The problem with the gradient was like it took away a lot from the like color scheme of the game as it is, because the scheme of the game is very basic, and so it looked like it was standing out like a little bit too much. No matter like what, I tried doing like the pixel outline shader, like a white pixel outline shader, and then like turning down the alpha and everything, and it just didn't look super great. Yeah, so I think this is better. But I really appreciate the work that you did. I'm sorry I didn't. I'll still credit you in the credits. Okay. What do I want to do next? You'll be pressing charges? As you should. I mean, that's reasonable. Oh, right. On the upgrade, I want to scale your attack speed down. So on merge. Mergeable die up merge like this. Okay, so we're going to increase attack radius. We're going to decrease, or I guess increase attack speed. Decrease attack cooldown. That. These don't exist yet. Let's go make them. Oh my god. Function. This. Pass. And then what was the other one? Function decrease attack cooldown. Pass. I need a new keyboard. My keyboard's getting a little like... I don't know, it keeps randomly like capitalizing letters or something. So either that's decrease attack cooldown. Either I'm getting like early onset Parkinson's, and I'm not trying to make a joke about that because I have a lot of health anxiety. So anytime my muscles twitch, I'm like, I guess this is it for me. Or my keyboard is maybe a little, I think it's like 4 years old or something. Maybe it just doesn't, it's not as good at the buttons as it used to be. I don't know. Okay, increase attack radius. So we need to increase this and also the detection range here by some scale factor. So this collision shape 2D, this is the detection range collision shape. Does changing the scale of the collision shape? I don't know if this works. Like, obviously the thing gets bigger. So I don't see why it wouldn't work. Yeah, it probably works. Yeah. We're gonna say collision shape 2D. That is a horrible name for this. This is the detection range collision shape. Be very verbose today. We got a lot of stuff in this video game. Do this. We're gonna say this dot scale times equals 2. I don't know if you're allowed to do that with vectors. Oh, game in one file? A little bit, yeah. That's how it goes sometimes. Tower range, the sprite dot scale times equals 2. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. Let's see if you're allowed to do that. So if I'm holding you, I'm holding you. If I combine you, the resulting... That's a little much. Do you actually have that as your range? You certainly do. Let's maybe do like a 1.1 on that one. So that's a little much. I think that's a little much. Balance? Yeah, you combine one die. Yeah, you basically just won the whole game. There you go. That's almost too little now, because if you look... It's subtle. It's subtle. It's subtle, and also it makes it so like the pixel art doesn't look extremely distorted. What does this one look like? I like that. I think that's actually fine. Here. Ooh, I almost broke it. This is like the one right from the top. So once you get to like this one, it's actually, you could like put this motherfucker here and you could just hit the whole damn screen. We have created a die that literally, wait, what does this even do? Can only roll middle numbers, can only roll even numbers, rerolls 1, adds +1. I think we've created a die that literally can only roll 2 numbers, one of them being like 10 and the other one being like a number so large we don't have a texture. It's like 50. Sick. That's actually kind of cool. And you can still break the game if you want. You have no dice on the field now. Don't break my game, okay? But I think the one that we can play a little bit more around with here is this attack cooldown timer. We can mess with the wait time. So we can say attack cooldown timer divided equals, or I guess we can say times equals 0.9. So it gets slightly faster. What's 1.5 times 9? 1.5 times 0.9 times 0.9. So it goes from every 1.5 seconds to 1. That's the D6, the D10, or sorry, the D8, the D10, the D12, the D20 is attacking literally more than 1 time a second. Let's see how that feels. So we have our dice here. This one's going like that, like that. We combine them to... Oh, right. Dot wait time. That makes a lot more sense. Break the game by rolling into all the things. That's the dream. Go like this. How does that look? It doesn't really seem that much faster. Like, it doesn't seem to have that much of an impact. Let's try this one. You can tell with this one, so maybe we need to set the scaling just slightly faster. Maybe we do 0.8. At this point, since you play the sum on the die, shouldn't you just display the numbers using 0 and 9 using 2 slots? You don't have to make a texture for every single number up. I was thinking of doing that, yeah, actually, yeah. The problem is if you only have one number, you have to do some sort of math to figure out if it needs to be centered or not, which is also a little bit awkward. So it might, for our case, for this jam specifically, might actually be easier to just make the file up to 99 and call it a day. Because we can copy and paste pretty fast. I do fear that this makes this die a little bit too strong. But maybe not. Let's see how fast the next one goes. How about this guy? I like that. I like that. I think that works. Yeah. How about this guy? Right, we do break it so fast it breaks the game. These are like endgame dice? True. That's a good point. Okay, I think that works though. Whenever we can use current system and just use an if to decide. Yeah. For sure. It's less about like what's the optimal solution and it's more about what is the easiest one to do. And currently I think hitting copy and paste 4 times is easier. But like you said, that makes better code the way you say. Actually, if we want to do it optimally, what you do is just make a font file and convert it to a font. And then you can just use any numbers that you want. Maybe we should do that. That might actually... Oh, I have to cough. Don't breathe the water. You got to drink the water. It doesn't work if you... You can't get it through your lungs. We evolved out of that a long time ago. Oh my god. That was really bad. I thought I was going to choke. I only just choke on stream instead. Hybrid number graphics, 0, 9 in the center, 0, 9 on the left, 0, 9 on the right. Layer the left and right ones for 2-digit numbers. Oh, that's kind of a hybrid of or like an evolution on what Come Real said. So you literally just use 3 textures instead, and then you can switch. Oh, yeah, I'll just do that. There's one more little piece of spice though. In that the one standalone map number sheet, the standalone one has this texture, whereas the other one has this texture. So there's one more little hiccup. Add crits. You can kind of get crits with the exploding dice as it is now. Shouldn't be an issue. Because for the left die, you have the region B 1 through 9 of the upgraded numbers. Yeah, you're right. All right, I will add that to the list. For now, if you roll too high, you just get a nice rectangle. Yeah, you can have a nice rectangle. This rectangle is for you. Fix high number dice. Create 3 sprites. Yeah. You get to guess the number? Yeah, it actually just pops up a little window. It's like the guessing game that everyone makes for their first Python program. Love rectangles. It's such a high number that we actually don't have the digits to represent it yet. We haven't invented numbers that high. Die modifiers, extra shot. Man, we're really on this extra die shot kick, huh? I'm not going to mess with this because I don't think we need it because the attack speed scaling is good enough for now. Elements. Okay, this is the part of the game that I want to do this after monster spawning. Let's do monster spawning. And we also want to do like level scaling. So we also want to do a sort of like wave mechanic. So let's start with the wave mechanics. Wave mechanics. So if we look at our game here, what's going to happen is on the left side of our screen, we will have wave. So first of all, this will just be a same color as this thing, like an outline. On this outline, we'll have wiggly little dudes like this with a number at the top of the wave. So since we're ripping Gemcraft wholesale, let me show you what I mean. Chasing shadow. We're going to do the same like wave spawning mechanic. So if you look on the left here, I left us some room to do... The game is actually 10 years old. Huh. Neat. So if you look on the left here, you can very much see the inspiration I was going for, right? If you look on the left here, it has the number and then the wave thing. What I want to do for us is not quite like that. I want to do... We must have the wigglies. Please understand. I am here to do nothing but make sprites with the wigglies. This is actually going to be canvas size, what? Canvas size what? Not what I want. You're not you're not what I need right now. I'm sorry, you're lovely, but you're just not what I need. This is what did I give us? Did I make it 36 pixels? I'm a fucking monster. What? This needs to come out by 1 pixel. I'm not dealing with 36 pixels. That's disgusting. Well, 36 is a nice number for this kind of thing, actually. I suppose like 32 would maybe be the best. All right, we'll just do 36 because I don't feel like remessing with everything. Whatever. Canvas size. We're gonna do 36 by 36 times 2, which is 72. But I think I can just do that for you. Yeah, we're gonna do this. This will be our wave indicator. Nope, nope, I don't like that. 36 times 3. It's too like wide, I think. I don't know. I'm not fucking with this yet. First and only Python program was a reservation maker console tool because the teacher requested it. Sweet. Well, I don't know if that's sweet because doing code for your own sake is slightly more engaging than doing code because a teacher made you do it. But I'm still glad that you like made stuff, I suppose. Why is it 54? No. 36 by 72. Is it fucked up? Still not great. I'm gonna do 4, I guess. Canvas size. Let's do 36 times 4. 144. Yeah, that's more what I want. That's more what I want. We're gonna go here. Take this. And we're going to draw the wigglies. Of course. No, I need the brush to be 2 px. We're gonna do a little bit like this. Oops. Okay, I'm trying to like freehand it so to give it the wigglies, but I actually just kind of nailed the entire like left or the entire right side of it. That's kind of funny. Well, G. Nope. Like this. This will be our like wave spawning bar. So we need to add some frames to this as well. Why is my frame thing like... Where did the frames go? Okay. So I was panicking. New frame. N2 said to get some coffee in you. I only had 1 coffee today. And Cobalt, I want so badly to drink another coffee right now. You have no idea. I'm like looking at my teapot or my tea kettle right now. It's like, I can like hear it whispering to me. It's saying dark, terrible, seductive things to me right now. I could just make 1 more coffee. Would I not sleep until like 6 a.m.? Yeah, but I could just make games until 6 a.m. It's the weekend. What do I have to lose? It's so tempting. But no, I'm gonna try to remain healthy. Okay, that's frame 1. I should get sleep. Stop being reasonable. It's gross. Okay, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna say this one. I'm gonna yoink this color again. Go to frame 2. And we once again draw the... Am I just the most steady man in this side of the Mississippi? What the fuck is that? That's more like it. Let's draw a straight line, bro. Is it gonna be weird that some of these are like 2 pixel and some of them get cut off on 1 pixel? I think so. If it's something like this, how does that look? Okay, well the frames are a little fast. Frame properties. Let's do 250 like everything else. The wigglies. We got the wigglies. Yeah, I think that looks solid. Okay, what in the Christmas music is... We're gonna go next. I don't know what that was. Professional pixel artist would curse you, but the vibes are great. Hey, we're just going on vibes. Oh, someone should make like a coding style out of that. Call it like just vibes coding. It'd be sick. I do have a new hobby, and listen, if you vibe code, I'm not your enemy. I maybe am your enemy a little bit, but watching vibe coders on Twitch gives me great satisfaction. Let me just say, I don't think our jobs are going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah, there we go. Frame properties. 250 for all of them. Play. That's even a little fast. What did we do for the other ones? Like frame property like 500? Here? Why are some of the frames a different... What's a vibe coder? I'm scared. Vibe coders are people that literally they don't type any of the code themselves. They just have ChatGPT generate everything. And it's the same... If you vibe code, I don't hate you. Please understand. I want more people making more stuff. I think it's cool that you can do that. That being said, it's like low code, no code systems. When it's working, yay! Look at how fast we can make stuff. Isn't that great? When you want to change something, hey, Grok, can you change the button from red to blue? No, the other button from red to... It deleted my code base. And then there's the when there's a problem, you're fucked. You're just fucked. You're just 100% fucked. You get, like, ChatGPT will get exactly one try to get the correct answer, and if it doesn't get it there, just, like, literally, I think it's a better use of your time to start over. Yeah, so same with low code, no code. If it works, cool. When it doesn't work, oh no. Export as sprite sheets, output file. Assets, UI, monster spawn icon, spawn, monster wave, wave icon, wave icon. Wave icon, there you go. And then we need one thing for the actual, like, entirety of this thing. So, what is it? Get out our little pixel ruler here. It's 800 by 36. 36, 800. We go to this guy, grab this, go with that. Export as. This is the, where the fuck are we right now? I haven't seen that folder in years. It's UI, wave icon. This is the wave container. There we go. Export. Cool. We'll go ahead and add that in. So we have the controls here. There's our toolbox top panel. We're gonna add a new control here. This will be the wave panel. Like that. We can add a child node here, but it's a textured rect. Sounds like Pokemon. We're gonna go assets, UI, wave container like that. You're so close to greatness. Why are you too much? You are too much. We want this to be transform. It should be at 0 for that. No, the transform, sorry, is 36 by 36 by 800. Position then is going to be how many is this from the top? How many is this guy? 50? 50 from the top? Let's take it from the top, not 0.50. Like that. Any sprite sheet and A sprite, is that really that easy, huh? Yep. That's why I love it. Why are you, like, hanging out? That's not good. Just fill the box. You just gotta fill the box. Is 800 too many? Yeah. Yeah, it is. It should be 750. I'm silly. It's 750. Sprite canvas size. I forgot to count the top of the screen. File, export as wave container. Ship it. Now you should fit. And you do! It looks like in game. This color out on the right side needs to be updated as well. Like, it's a whole game now. There's not just like a weird empty void on the left side of the screen anymore, which is kind of cool. I'll miss you, weird empty void on the left side of the screen. But it had to change. I'm sorry. Okay, now we need to actually put the thing in the thing. We need to actually, like, put the wave container in the thing. So the way we do that is we're going to have... Basically, they'll spawn down here, and then they'll move up on the wave. Void gone, but never forgotten. Void still lurking behind in the shadows. You cannot escape the void. It will always be there watching for you. Waiting for you to slip. Waiting for you to accidentally delete the textured rect, and then it will be exposed again. Or something like that. I don't know. Choose your own adventure. Okay, cool. So that's what we do next, is actually making the waves. Before we do that, though, it's that time again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wish it wasn't. I wish it didn't have to be like this. but it do. Minecraft parkour. I'm not fucking with this music. I'm going back to the jungle playlist. Cause like I don't even. Where the fuck are we right now? We're in like liminal bridge space. I don't know. I'm not messing with that. I'm gonna go back to the jungle. What is this one? Yeah. That's more what I'm talking about. Let's go back to this one. There you go. Minecraft parkour 1 hour for you. 1 hour and 20 minutes. Okay. YouTube is starting to catch on that I really apparently enjoy Minecraft parkour. There you go. This is for you. No ads, they say. Well, I'm about to make this man a liar. Okay, go here. Ads. BRB. And I will be right back. Enjoy. Enjoy the ads. Hope you get some fun ones. I don't know. Okay, be right back. We're so back. I hope you enjoyed the swath of brain rot we had going here. That'll be coming back later, don't you worry. Okay, where are we off to next? Welcome back. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good to be back. Good to be back. Okay. Sorry, my windows got messed up. I can't see my levels. Like I can see my levels again. Sick. A lot of ding sounds? Yeah, my bad on that one. I forgot the game was like chilling in the background. Whoops. It's all good though. Okay. That's all done. I think one of the things that we definitely... Oh, right, wave spawning. I'm going to do the wave spawning next, but then I think the thing that we need more than anything else is like roll effects. What do I mean by roll effects? I want... So like the game as it stands right now, using the controls is all well and good, but they don't incentivize you to do anything other than just roll a higher number. So I want to add things into the game such as if you roll a 7, you get 5 mana. That's on your die too. If you roll a 2, it stuns the enemy, right? Whatever it hits gets, its move speed is set to 0 for like 5 seconds or whatever. Or it slows an enemy, right? That way you want to construct dice that aren't just necessarily the biggest number, but you want to actually like make, you have like a DPS die that's like your explode plus even plus nudge, right? That just does a bunch of damage. Then you have like your slowing dice, and slows only happen on odd numbers, right? So you want to have like a odd thing, or maybe like an even with nudge or something to get that effect. And then you have like a stun die or like an AoE die, right? And so you want to do manipulations on the dice to actually get these other effects to play. I think if we can get that, then the game is actually like in a really good spot, because then there's more incentives to like combine different things together. So I want to get the wave spawning done, and then I want to do the effects. And I'm going to put the effects ahead of like the roguelike part of the game where you get like upgrades and stuff. Though I do think it will be sick at some point to like really just let a bunch of upgrades fly and see what people can like get to wave like 1 million or something, and the game is just going crazy. You just hear like ding, 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 or something like that. Roll effects different for each die. They're going to have the same. So right now there's a 75% chance to spawn in with a control. I'm going to say maybe 75% chance for a control, 25% chance for an effect, like a payoff. Different for each die though. I'll probably make a class of 5. So the ones I'm thinking of are slowing the enemy, and I think that'll be on low numbers. That seems like a low number thing. So if this die rolls a 1, the enemy gets slowed for 5 seconds or something. A money die. You need a money die. When it rolls a 7, it shoots the shot, but also gives you 5 mana or something. Other ones, maybe there's an overdrive die that when it rolls higher than its max number, it does AoE. So you're incentivized to create a die that on its own that does nothing, right? It literally can't happen, but you need to get explode on it to get the effect rolling. And if we can get to it, like maybe in the shop, we can do that. Yeah, okay. But first we need the wave mechanics, the monster spawning, and the level scaling. That is what we need to make the game a completed game. Once we do that, we can work on the other parts, because then we can start doing like progression and more effects and stuff. So let's do that. Oh, we need to fix the inventory. Okay, so I want to do... I'm leaving this off for now. Fix inventory. Add mana resource. Add costs to creating die. Add destroy die button. Then we can work on effects. If we can get to all of this, like the game is complete, as it were. Like the vertical slice is complete. You're back home? Welcome back home. How goes the music creation? Is this, do you spawn in from like the left? Yeah, we need to move this initial monster path. This initial node needs to be like... I actually want the node to be here. What's the to-do software you're using? I am an Obsidian merchant. It is called Obsidian. It is the greatest application you have ever used in your life. I will grab it for you. It is a markdown editor. It is absolutely fucking amazing. You can do this in Obsidian too. Let's say I want to like have a page for elements. I can say elements. I can do this, elements, like this, and then I can control click, and there's an elements page. So you can create a network of like stuff. I use it literally constantly at work. It's the best. Obsidian merchant, absolutely. Maybe we should add an obsidian die. Aw, thanks. Absolutely, I got you. I get paid by the foundation to promote it, of course. That's not true. I wish it was, though. This visibility, we're gonna pump these numbers up. We're gonna say z index is 1. So now the monster will spawn in from the left side of the screen, so you can see it like roll up onto the thing. That's exactly the effect that I want. Sweet. Perfect. Now we need to get the wave spawning mechanic. So we need a new thing here. I'm gonna go ahead and make a child node here. I'm gonna call this the, I guess the wave is entirely graphical, so I can do something like this. Control, this will be the wave manager, wave graphics manager. Like that. Manager. Okay, like this. We also need a main menu. Okay, hang on a second. We need main menu, pause menu, volume, SFX volume slider, and we need music slider. That's all the stuff we need to like submit the game. This is the game is submittable cutoff. Submittable. Possibly breathe. Nope. No. Submit line. I don't know. That all sounds weird. Okay, so we have a wave graphics manager. I'm gonna make a constant version of this, but we'll update it later. This is going to be a control here. This will be a wave. Yeah. In here, we're going to have a textured rect. This. And I will set this to be, the transform on this will be 36 by 36 times 4. 144. That's perfect. Now this textured rect, I guess it's not a textured rect, it's an animated sprite 2D, right? Because the toolbox is the same, right? Yeah, it's animated sprite 2D. Change this. Animated sprite 2D, like that. Go here, sprite frames, click sprite frames, click the sprite frames. I don't know why that did that. We're going to go like this. Assets, UI, the wave icon. Well, no. Horizontal, there's 3. Vertical, there's just the 1. 1, 2, 3, like that. That's gonna go here. Right, you don't give a shit about anchoring, huh? That's fair enough. That's true, I suppose. So this needs to have a position, and it's going to be 18 by 36 by 72. Yes. And that way, if we move this one's position, so if this goes up, sorry, nope, wrong one. Put that back to 0, please. As this slides, now this wave thing will slide with it. So that's exactly what we want. Put that back to 0, 0. So how's that looking, game? It's not animating. We didn't set this to be on, and we need it to be the same as the top panel. So it's 2 FPS. It'll be 2 FPS. 2.0 FPS, like that. Sweet. You can, it does look like it's clipping. I think I'm gonna redraw it because it looks like it's clipping. Yeah. Yeah, it looks bad. It actually looks really bad in game. Let me see where it clips. It clips here. So we need to do something like this. Where else is it clipping? Clips here. Clips here. It clips here as well. What we could do is just, I don't know why I didn't think of this before. We could just make the sprite slightly larger and then like fix it that way. You just have a little extra room to draw. Do you need SFX from the SFX Dungeon Master? Do I? Yes. I still need a good like die create sound effect. And I need a die destroy sound effect. So create and destroy would be the next 2 that I need from you. Methinks that we do lose a little bit of wiggle fidelity with this, but I think that that's okay. We can add a little bit more in post. It's not quite right. You don't want to lose too much wiggle fidelity, then the whole thing is ruined. It's all about the wigglies. Like that. Something like that. I guess it's a little less wiggly now, but that's okay. They can't all be the most wiggly motherfuckers you've ever seen in your life, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like that. No, it'll be like that. Let's try that. Wiggle, wiggle. That's much better when it's like this, when it's this far out. Yeah, okay. File, export as. File, export, sprite sheets. Wave icon, export like that. Okay, let's look at that. Much better. That's much better. Absolutely, that's much better. Okay, now it needs a number, and that's going to be the wave number. I know, very original. Add child note, this will be a label. And I'm gonna have the same, it'll be a rich text. Change type, rich text. Paste all of that garbage in. And instead of 1/2, this is gonna say the number 1. Why do you hate me? Because the BB codes aren't enabled? That's fair. This font size needs to be much larger as well. It also needs to be centered. Right, we're gonna say center. That's not centered at all, motherfucker. What are you talking about? Huh? In what world is that centered? You're crazy. Text. Sorry, font. Font sizes. Bold. Get that to 16 probably? Get that to a 32 probably? You think the scroll wheel is on now, huh? You think this is a joke? Let's try 1 or 20 maybe? The alias is a little weird, but 18? I think 20 is solid. Maybe these ones don't, because these ones are also moving up and down. Maybe they actually don't want the tornado effect. Now that I'm thinking about it. I want the color though. Yo, why is center not working? Why, like, I actually don't understand. Huh? Can you like do this for me? Is it not center? Middle? Center? What? That should definitely work. Question mark? Center BB tag. It got blaze blue results, fair enough. BB tag center. Nope. Godot maybe? How to center text? Make sure BB code is enabled, then in text editor BB code type your text, but center before the text you want centered and optionally centered at the end. Documents. I did that. It's not centered. I'm losing my mind. It's so not centered. Text align center? You are HTML posting, and unfortunately it does not work. The thing is, it recognizes the thing because it consumes the tag. Scrolls auto wrap off. No. Tab size, shortcut, horizontal alignment, left, vertical alignment, top, center. Weird. I don't really understand why that works, but I'm fine about it, I guess. I don't know. What if it's a wave of like 100? What if it's wave 1,000? If you get to wave 1,000, congratulations, you won. that's what that means. So something like this. How's that look? It's kind of small, but I think it works. I do kind of want the tornado effect though. I think it looks cool. Just try it. Let's just try it. Let me go to this label here. Let's just see what it looks like. Let's just see what it looks like. I think you gotta have it. I think if everything else has the wigglies, why would we spare one wigglies? Why would we spare a wiggly? I wouldn't do that to you. Cool. Okay, now we need to make it go from down here up until the top. Except at the start of the game, it should probably start like here, because it would be silly to wait like 20 minutes for that bar to get all the way the fuck up there. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna have this wave. We can have like 4 waves preloaded, but let's just get the thing in the thing first. Let's get this to start from all the way at the bottom. In Gemcraft, what you can do is if you want the wave to come early, you can click here and it will force the wave up, but I don't really want to fuck with that at the moment. So this should start all the way fucking at the bottom. And this needs a signal on it. Because when this gets to the top, when its transform hits the top of the thing, it will emit a signal saying spawn the next wave. So we're going to put this... This is actually going to have a script attached. So we're going to say class name wave. I guess this should be UI wave. Yeah, UI wave. I'm going to call this UI wave. This extends this thing. We're going to say signal reached top of spawn. Is it okay to tie this into frames like this? Or should the game keep track of when the next wave is coming and update the position of this thing itself? I think both are fine. I think Godot is more of a signal-based thing. So I think this actually works better. But I could be convinced either way. That maybe it should have its progress increase by some amount as it gets closer to the top, and then when it hits the top, it spawns the next wave and despawns this thing and plays the sound effect. This would still need to be a scene, so it will have its own script anyways. Do I want to do it signal bus based, or do I want to do it waves like percentage based? With how everything is moving gives me jangling key vibes. Good, 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 good. That's the intention. I think putting it in main makes more sense. I think we will still need to convert it to a scene, but I think putting it in main makes more sense. And instead we say position equals % of this thing, and it will just slowly move up towards the top. Yeah, I'm gonna do it that way. I'm gonna detach the script here. So in main, in process, that way in main we can say like process all waves or something. Function process delta. First we'll say process waves. Update wave UI. I guess update waves, handle waves, process waves. Wave spawning. Delta. Do this. Function process wave spawning delta. Let's just modify the one wave for now. So we're gonna do this. That. We're gonna say UI wave dot position dot y, because the x is always the same. It's fine. What is signal? What does it do? Everything in Godot runs on something called the signal bus. Signals are basically something that the object emits when a certain thing happens. So for example, one that gets used a lot is a collision shape or an area 2D that says, hey, when I enter another area 2D, emit a signal. The trick with the signal bus is saying, no matter what happens, when I see my trigger, I will emit my signal. It's up to you to figure out who wants to listen. So there's a lot of chances in Godot where you build a signal and nobody gives a shit. No one is listening to your signal. Maybe your signal says, hey, my timer ran out, but nothing should happen at the end of that timer, so it just emits the signal to nobody. Or maybe everyone in the entire game wants to hear that signal, so you connect that signal to every other thing, and so when the timer times out, everybody that wants to know when the timer runs out just got the signal from the object that held the timer. It's basically a way of passing information up and down the scene tree. It's like an event. It is pretty close to an event, yes. Depending on which event you are listening to specifically. Like React events, I'd say like 80% similarity. Unity events, probably like 90% similarity. Basically events with a different name if you know it from other languages. I agree, yeah. It's really close. Godot tends to lean harder on the signal bus than a lot of other languages do. Like for example, Unity. Unity is not as encouraging on using events to pass information up and down because Unity doesn't run specifically like from a tree as much as Godot does. It still has like nested objects, obviously, but very close to Unity events, yeah. Position Y is going to equal the total distance of this thing with this, which is 800. 800 equals 800 times some wave progress, right? Now, what does wave progress look like? Wave progress, we need a container for all of the waves that we have. And so we'll have like something called like upcoming waves. In upcoming waves, we will have an associated progress for all of the waves. So we'll have some sort of like object maybe like this. Upcoming wave. We can have the wave. So var UI components and then var wave progress. Do something like this and make upcoming waves this way. I don't love it because there's a chance for these wave progresses to get desynced when like the whole thing is one list that's moving up and down. What we could do instead is hold all of the UI containers together and then move the entire list all up at once. Like move the actual entire container all up at once. The problem with that is once it gets to the top, it needs to like bump back down to the previous lowest one. So maybe this percent thing is actually better. And that way we can also set arbitrary wave percents. So that this actually works. So at the start of the game, I want to do this. I'm going to say something like waves, upcoming waves. What's this? We're going to say upcoming waves dot append new, this should be capitalized. Upcoming wave like this. Upcoming wave, and it needs a constructor. So we're, how do you do a constructor in Godot? Init? I think that's what it is. UI components wave progress equals 0. Like that. Let me say UI components equals, you can't do this because of scoping. It's going to be like this. And then you can say wave progress equals wave progress, or equals wave progress like this. So we can say upcoming wave, and we can use our UI wave here like this. Oh, it's not new, I think? Like that? Something like that. Is caching sound integrated into the creating dice funny? Caching? What is caching? Other than like the thing that your processor does to make numbers go fast. Kaching. Oh, kaching. Oh, yeah, kaching. Yeah. I suppose... Well, you're not really spending money. You're more like spending mana. So I don't think... Is it funny? Yes. Do I want it? I don't think so. I think I'd want something more like... magical. But if we get to the shop part, I do need a kaching for the shop part. I don't know if we'll get to it. I'm 50-50. Destroy is finished. Let me send. Hell yeah. I mean, I don't have the button yet, so it'll be a little bit till it becomes in-game, but hell yeah. So, this is this thing. And I'm going to set the wave progress to be 0.5 at the start of the game. So, we're going to say for wave in upcoming waves, like this. For wave and upcoming waves. And I can do upcoming wave like this. Upcoming wave. Wave dot wave progress plus equals delta times 1. I'm just going to leave it as delta for now, and we can modify it in a bit. Then we're going to say wave dot UI components. So this object here dot position dot y is equal to 800 times wave dot wave progress. Like that. And I think that will mean it will slowly move up. No, that doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, you're right. We want it to get to 0, so it actually needs to be subtracted. So it's 800. It's 800 minus 800 times this. Because when this is 1, that means this is at the top of the screen. Delta here is like the time between frames. Yep. Volume is in the SFX I sound are so irregular because my headphone volumes are always different. That's okay, we can always scale it on our end. See ya! Maybe divide that by like 10. We can have like a wave speed modifier too. So it'll look something like this. That's even way too fast, I think, still. Maybe like 50? That's a little slow. Well, you need time for the entire wave to finish, so maybe it's not actually that. Maybe you actually need more time because you need time for like the whole thing to die, right? So maybe it's like this. I think that's even too fast. It needs to be like that. So this is when the next wave is coming. Yeah, dude. I do kind of feel like this thing needs an outline now, though. Because it looks kind of weird on its own. Maybe it'll look fine when you have lots of waves in the thing. Yeah. Time since the last call? That's a good point. That's a good correction. Makes a difference between process and physics process. True! Please don't put your physics updates in the process frame, unless you're me because you're a little idiot baby. And then when someone plays your game, for example, on their Android, it will explode their phone. Not that we've had any like past experiences with that or anything. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So this works. And when the wave gets to 100%, then we delete this object and spawn the wave. So when this wave hits the top, it should go away now. I mean, we haven't coded it yet, so it's just gonna kind of slowly drift off into the sunset or whatever. But I'll see you later, buddy. Have a good time. I miss you. If you're really game dev, you never explode a phone. That's what I'm saying. It's like a rite of passage. Okay, so then we say if wave.wave progress is greater than or equal to 100 or greater than or equal to 1, spawn wave. And then we can say wave because we can just pass the whole object. So we'll say spawn function spawn wave. We're gonna say wave.queue_free. Sorry. We need to destroy the UI component and remove ourselves from the list. That's interesting. I mean, you can just do this. Dot remove. Remove that. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Pop front. So we just do this. Var wave equals wave.pop front like that. Yo, Amir, how's it going? We say wave.ui components upcoming wave.ui. Hello? 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 Why? Why do you hate me? UI component dot queue free like that. So now when it hits the top, it should die. Let's see it. Let's see it. For demonstrative purposes, wave go fast. Go. Whee! Yay! Did I have 100 again? We'll set this initial wave progress to be like, we'll set it to be like 80%. So you have like a little bit of time before the game starts, like that, and then you can like look around, be like, okay, I've advantaged and balanced. I'm gonna make myself a new die. This is just a regular guy. I'm gonna upgrade the advantage die because I think that one's a little bit better. So I'm gonna put that there. And now the wave has time to come in, and then you're trying to shoot all the monsters that spawn on the wave. And then, oh man, you're only like you're gonna run out of time soon. There's gonna be a new wave spawning, and then boom, the new wave spawns, and it plays the SFX. So we need an SFX player. Child node SFX, music player, audio list, not audio listener, audio stream player 2D like that. Okay, and we're gonna say wave spawn SFX. Go ahead and load this up. I think we have it in here. Nope, I lied to you. Haha, you look like an idiot now. Break that MP3. Let's listen. Let's listen. Hang on. Fucking perfect. Perfect. I don't hear the die rolling in that one. Not, I don't need to, but that's fucking perfect. That's fucking perfect. That is exactly what I had in my head. I forget Godot hates when you do what I just did. And last time it crashed, so I'm gonna do it a little better this time. Break. Okay, there we go. And then we have the enemy spawn. Perfect. Download that. Spawn here. That. This will go enemy spawn like that. And then in the wave spawn, we're gonna say play the SFX. On ready var. Wait, why am I typing it out myself, huh? I'm being Oh, okay. I'm being silly. Wave spawn SFX dot play. Let's give it a listen. Dices are harder to hear when they're on beat. You fucking genius. Go to crashes on everything. True words have never been spoken. Save a file. I'm gonna head out. Change a file. I'm gonna head out. Run your game a little too hard. I'm gonna head out. Do we hear the noise? Come on, hear the noise. I think is a song for old people, but I don't remember. Yes. I'm gonna turn the volume up a little bit. 1.5. Just crank it a little bit. Just a little bit. Also, this needs to start way closer to the top. Maybe like 0.93. Cool. So now we need to actually spawn the wave. How do you spawn the wave? For some count of monsters in the wave, we need to spawn one monster on some cooldown. We should have 3 types of monsters in the game, because every tower defense has 3 types of monsters. You have regular old Jim, you got fast as fuck boys, and you have the big lad. So we need 3 types of things. So right now we have the regular guy. And what we'll do is we'll have, for the wave, we'll have spawn one of the 3 types. And then of the 3 types, some count. And this will be decided by like the level manager or like some scaling manager effect. But for now, let's just put the thing in the thing. So for upcoming wave, where's upcoming wave? We're going to have UI component wave progress. We're going to have var wave type. We're going to have var make every monster have 2 values, type and time since start of wave when to deploy. Close. We are instead going to have a count, and we will have a timer that says at the end of the timer, spawn the next guy in the count instead. But close, you're very close to the correct thinking on that. The timer will also need to do a little bit of math to make sure that it can finish spawning everything before the next wave spawns. Is that true? That's not necessarily true. It could just keep spawning. I mean, that's how the game gets harder. Well, either way. Wave type, wave count, or monster count. Monster count. So, for wave type, we should use an enum, but fuck off. So we'll have wave type like this. Wave type equals normal. And then we'll have monster count. And I'm going to set it to be 10. So now we have these values that we can play around with. Which also means that we need to prefab this monster. So we need to add some stuff to this monster. Oh, there's also move speed, right. That's decided by the monster path, or the monster type. So, we will do, I guess you're technically the thing that manages the monsters, because the monster's on the path. And all of the monsters are children of the monster path. So I want to do something like this. Attach scripts. This is going to be monster manager. Yeah. Class monster manager extends path 2D. What? I did this after class decoration? Oh, class name. I'm silly. My apologies. Class name like that. This will have statistics for the 3 different types of monsters. Right now we're only using regular, so let's just put the thing in the thing. They have hit. They also need to have something that can set their HP. Do they need anything else? Not at the moment. No. So we convert this to a scene. Save branch as scene. I almost converted to scene root. I would have cried. Shaders. You're not a shader. Get out of there. Monster TSN. Okay. We can now delete this. Is there anything here that's going to explode if I delete this? Possibly. Oh, we'll find out when it happens. We can have a new function here, so we'll have function spawn monster. This will be monster type. We also need one other thing here, which is going to be the spawn cooldown timer. No, that doesn't work. Because we're going to need to be able to reference this thing for each monster spawn. And so if there's like 2 spawns going on at once, this breaks entirely. You could do a one shot. You could create a timer. You just create a timer. You create a timer. That's what you do. You create a timer. Spawn monster. Or I guess we should have spawn wave first. So function spawn wave. This will have a monster type and a monster count, like this. We also need the scene reference itself. We go to scene. Yo, this is like spy music or some shit. I'm kind of vibing with this. From Japan in 2002. Oh, well, I wasn't quite there for that. I was busy being like 4 years old or whatever. Monster. Like that. Spawn wave. So first we're going to create the spawn wave timer. So spawn wave timer dot, we're going to say bar spawn wave timer equals new equals timer. I think you can do that. Timer dot new possibly. Is that, are you allowed to do that? Is stop, timeout, enumerations, property descriptions. Is stopped? How do you just make a timer? Auto start, timeout, description, timer after timer just events. I want to try this. So if I call spawn wave here, it's a node, so you can just add it. So my assumption was I could do this, right? I should be allowed to do this, right? And then for this timer, I can say spawn wave timer equals, or dot timeout. No, sorry, dot wait time equals, let's say 0.015 or something. How's the create dice sound? Did you send it? Am I silly? Did I miss it? Oh, you made it right now. That's pretty good. Yeah. I want to turn it down a little bit, but I think that's the vibe I'm going for. That's a good vibe. It's sorry, I'm like, you probably think I hate it. I don't hate it. Is it like a little too bright? I don't know. That's a legitimate question. I love the sound. I think the sound is like really good. But I don't know if it like, let me put it in the game and see how it feels. I think it's good. I think it's what I'm looking for. Let me listen one more time. My brain is cooking, sorry. No, that's perfect. That's honestly, that's perfect. I can hear like the rolling in it. I like that a lot. Sorry, ignore everything I just said. I think I timed it with like the music change, and so I got the vibes from the music in there at the same time. But that's perfect. That works exactly. I like the rolling in it too. That's so sick. Okay. Spawn monster. I said pass for this. So I should be able to do this. And then I want to say spawn wave timer dot timeout dot connect. And I'm going to say spawn monster. And I'm going to say dot bind monster type plus other things that I'll get to in a minute. But I want to go here and I want to say print. Yeah, sure, no problem. I want to just make sure that this actually goes off. I never called the function. Oh, it'll call it when the wave is done. Let's put the wave progress to like 97% then. Okay, so let's see if this all hooks together. So this gets up to the top. It destroys itself. If I go to remote, you have no timer, child. That's not good. Why do you have no child? Where are your kids? Are we calling spawn wave here? Nope, not at all. Okay, that makes sense. That'll do it. I want to rename this to Monster Manager. Monster Manager. They did the monster. Oh, I already had one, huh? Get out of here. They did the Monster Manager. It was a graveyard CEO event. I don't know. Alkaline, hello. I was lurking your stream earlier. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. And of course, Alkaline is here, so I have to. Hang on. I'm gonna do it every time. You literally can't stop me. Hang on, hang on. I'm not ready yet. I'm not. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Just wait. Pause. Pause. Hold. 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 I don't know what the exact color of the Fimshes are. All I know is that like we got kind of a rainbow assort. Paint. Paint. You need to go to the second. What the fuck? Do I have to grab it from this side? Okay, Microsoft. Look, it's the Fimpshes. It's an alkaline raid. Hello, hello, hello. Can you feed the Fimpshes? Yeah, absolutely. You get a little bit of like this going, and then the Fimpshes will be like, nom 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 nom. There you go. And of course, they you know, where the fuck did they go? Oh, they're over here now. They're like shifty Fimpshes. Look at that. Now they're over there. All right, well, it was good to see them again as always. How'd your stream go? Sorry, I did the bit. I apologize. I have to do it every time. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining in. We're in the middle of hooking up some signals together. The bit is amazing. I will literally do it every time. You cannot stop me. I have become too powerful. We go here. We can say this dot spawn wave, and you want the monster type? No. How many do you want? I don't know, man. 10? Why are you asking me these questions? Does it work? We get to the top. Now it should say spawning the thing. What's in the remote? Monster manager? It has the timer. If you have the timer, why don't you have the thing? Why don't you have the timeout signal? Stream is good. Explored some basic particle shaders and Bevy inspired by the stream of yours I caught yesterday. Wait, really? That's so cool. If you learn how to do shaders, can you do me like a huge favor and teach me, because I do not understand them at all. They are sorcery to me, and I think you need to be like a high-level wizard to even attempt getting close to them. Also, quick Godot tip. Quick Godot tip for all who are curious. If you want timers to start, you have to say start. Otherwise, they won't start, which makes a lot of sense. Still nothing, huh? You still hate me? It's fine. It can't start because it's not a child yet? God damn it. Essential tips. I know, it's hard to be this good at Godot, but I try to do my best to share the knowledge around. You know how it goes? This also needs to be after. There you go. No way. I know. It's surprising. I mean, people think you can just have a timer work, but no, they're pickier than that, you know? I've known shaders for many years. Please, Alkaline, I will do anything. Please help me understand these things. I do not get them at all. Getting every single pixel data in there? Yeah. I don't understand how it works. What do you mean the pixels inform how the script runs? Yeah, sure, no problem. Okay, it's working. We're gonna set this to be some number based on the wave type and also some scalar. So as the game gets faster, they'll spawn faster. But for now, we'll have var onReady var monster type to spawn timer time. Spawn wait time? Spawn huh? Spawn time? Probably spawn time. Equals this thing. Normal monsters is going to be 0.1. Nope, gonna be 0.25. That seems normal-ish. So we're going to set the wait time to be this dot monster type, like that. Then we can start it. So if we go back to, oops, that makes the whole game not work. If we go back to here, we can say wave dot monster type. Why do you hit monster type, not the? Oh, it's wave type. I apologize. My bad. Wave type, like that. No idea, did you animated lines? Is it shaders? Yeah. Wait, do you mean the background of the game? Rosati actually just drew it by hand, which is insane. It's super cool. Is there also a no sure yeah problem? Thank you so much for asking. I would love to talk about the 4-quadrant response that happens in the English language that I think causes infinite grief. So in a lot of languages, they have like 4 different answers for yes and no questions, because yes and no questions can be phrased as both positive and negative questions. So for example, if you were to say something like, oh, is he not coming to the party? It doesn't make sense to say yes or no, because it doesn't like clearly define the answer to the question, right? You would normally have to say in English like, no, he is not coming, or yes, he is coming to the party. Well, There's a solution that Alkaline beat me to the punch on. There is the yeah, nah, and the nah, yeah. Also known as the yeah, no, or the no, yeah. You might not know that you do this, but you probably do this. Where if someone were to ask like, oh, is he not coming to the party? First, you would flip the switch to make it a not like fucked up question. You would say, no, yeah. So no, he is not coming. He's not coming to the party. Yes, he's coming to the party. You like flip it. Now, is my explanation of that good? No, not particularly. But if you go look up some etymology nerd, if you go like listen to this YouTube channel, he explains it better and in a way that made me understand it. So probably better for you as well. Well, others understand it though. I mean, that's a whole other thing. Like this guy, etymology is fun. I love this channel so much. I just like one when nerdy people are like very passionate about things, but also two when I'm like learning stuff. It's great. As Australia, yeah, nah, and yeah, nah is 100% essential. Yeah, no, absolutely, no, yeah, 100%. That's the whole nay yay from medieval times. It's also the entire like 30 to 40% of the Midwest vernacular. No, you're wrong. Yeah, he's coming versus yeah, you're right. No, he's not coming. Or he's not coming. Yeah. This shit is fucked up. Germany won this one with Doge. I posted what I think is the funniest Reddit comment I have ever seen in my entire life in the Discord earlier that has to do with the German language. Hang on, I'm going to pull it up. This might be the greatest Reddit comment that has ever been written. Like, I think we can close up the website. I think we can actually be done. I think we solved it. This is the greatest comment of all time. The Germans don't even have a word for Schadenfreude. You gotta be on like so many layers for that one, but it's just fucking chef's kiss. It's the perfect post. As an American, it is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Slayer, he turned himself into a pickle. He turned himself into a Schadenfreude. Wait, I missed the end of the stream. Hey, welcome to a different stream. Don't you love when you AFK from a stream and you end up like 15 hops away? Schadenfreude, with my limited knowledge of German, I guess means shadow friend. Your guess is probably as good as mine, because if I know anything about Americans taking words from other languages, it's that we took the word that had a meaning at some point and made it a new one. Now it doesn't mean as much anymore. Schaden is damage, fruit is joy. So it's like, my understanding is it's like joy when you see bad things happen to people. But I don't... Is that the German meaning, or is that the real meaning, or is that a made-up meaning? I don't know. Like, it could be a lot of different things. What do you hate about this? Wave not declared in current scope. Oh, right. It's right after. Yeah, fair. I was only FK for a quick shower. Who are you? Great question, honestly. We should be asking questions like that more often. But hello, my name is Sky. I'm a game developer slash... long sigh. I'm also an AI developer, but like I did it before. Everyone's doing the shit that they did now. Okay, I hate generative AI. I don't think like stealing art is cool, but that is my day job. Not making like AI models that eat art, but like I'm gonna move on. But yeah, we're making a game for the Godot Wild Jam. The theme for this one is chaos controlled. So the chaos we're trying to control is dice. So you have these cool little dice that you're rolling. Sometimes they can come with enchantments on them, or oh, and the game explodes. Right. You don't have this key. Sorry, I left my house without my keys. Property key on null on base object of type dictionary. No, you have that key. That's literally your key. What are you talking about? Wait, try it again. Monster type is null? What are you talking about? It's clearly normal because I didn't set it. Nope, I never set it. I just put it as the default argument. That's my bad. Yeah, fair enough. Wave type equals wave type monster counts equals monster count. Yeah, fair enough. There we go. That should do it. The game closes randomly on a dice roll. That is pretty chaotic. That's what I'm saying. Like, what's more chaotic than every time you roll a single d4, I just kill the entire game? You shouldn't have rolled that die. What are you doing? Monster type is normal now, so this should actually work. The sound plays and the thing gets set. Now, this will bind to monster type, or this wait time will bind to the monster type. So this, now we need to do the connection here. We're going to spawn the monster type. So we're going to say new monster equals monster dot instantiate. That's not at all how this works. Monster dot instantiate, like that, and then add child new monster. And we need to put var up in front. I think this will all work as it's written right now. Workday's over, you're still on? Yes, sir. We're going crazy today. So it should spawn. Oh, they are. We need to update that timer. That's all. Y'all. The targeting is not doing so hot either. Also, they just, it never ends. I guess I'm never specifying a count. This seems bad. I think we're gonna lose. The good news is that the dice are still free, so maybe we can, I think we can bring this back. I think we got this. There's a chance that the game will crash on its own volition too, and I think at that point we win by default. Let's try making better dice. I don't feel so good. I forgot that the targeting system isn't actually doing any sort of like sorting. Make better dice. Put that down there, yeah. Just keep making more. It's fine. Everything's free right now. It's a new world we live in. Yeah. Keep going. We need better dice. We need more dice. The game has crashed in a way that I have not ever seen before. Right? You can't combine those. They're not the same level. We need to turn down the shoot sound effect a little bit because I think it'll get a little brutal after. Y'all, we're cooked. We're cooked, y'all. It's not going well. Okay. How do I get this thing to stop after it has spawned some amount of counting? Or some amount of, like, monsters in the... Looks like you suck at your own game. Isn't that sad? Local game developer can't even play the game he made. Disgusting. Let's set the timer a little higher. The second thing I'm going to do is... How do you do this count? You would do something like... You need to store this somehow. I should stop antagonizing the streamer. It's okay, I'm used to it. It's fine. I just thought I'd like come hang out and make a game with people, but it's my mistake, I guess. I'll just turn the stream off. It's okay. It's clear no one really wants to watch this. Is that the reaction you're going for? Or should I like punch it up a little bit? I can go like the mad route too. Whatever like would make you happiest. I just want to like, you know, I'll do anything for 5 views. This will be wave timer to spawn count. Like this. One shot option, not exactly what you want. Yeah, that's true. I think I'm gonna do it like this, where I can register the wave here. So I can say spawn wave timer, the one that we created. And I can say dot equals monster count. Then when I go to here, I can say simply, we're gonna bind the timer. So bind the spawn timer. Okay, and the monster type, like this. We can go like this. You can look at my username, I'm already happy, well 80% of the time. Okay, alright, I'll take that. Well, I'm glad you're doing well. Like I said, if you need a different reaction out of me, like if you're trying to clip farm or something, just let me know. I can provide. I can be sad gray, I can be angry gray, whatever, you know, whatever you're in the mood for. Right now I'm struggling gray, which honestly, that's about me 80% of the time if I were to run the numbers. So fair enough, I suppose. Where's my thing? Okay, so where do I go from here? So now in this, I'm gonna have the timer and the monster type. I can say timer. I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna say timer minus equals 1. If it's too many minus, if it's too many minus, oh boy. If it's too many minus, I mean, if it just is, if it equals 0, then we're gonna say timer.queue_free. Q free, like that. What if you're a Viridian Gray? That's a sick name. God, that's, if whoever's Viridian Gray, I bet they're like really cool and also a really good mod. What if you were Per Red? Is your name been Per Red the entire time? Because I've always read it as paired. do you feel about every game engine having only one orphan per scene? What? I guess I never really thought about it. No strong opinions one way or the other. This will queue the thing, but also finish the execution of this monster. So now it should only spawn 10 monsters. Let's see if that works. The main node is the only one without parents. I feel like this is one of those like ontological questions that are like, how do you feel like that your computer is a rock that thinks with electricity? It's kind of be like, yeah, that's just how it is. That's much more reasonable. The arrow shifting needs to calm down a little bit. This looks like you could actually like win the round, hypothetically. I don't know if I've got it in me. We need to fix the monster targeting thing. That is so funny. But now it only spawns the amount of monsters it should spawn. So I'm gonna say for the first wave, it's gonna be 5. So UI wave 97. Wave type is gonna be normal, and the monster count will be 5. Like that. So only spawn 5 for the first one. I'm a little bit worried about something, in that these might overlap because I'm not moving like the entire bar up at once. These are all individual components. And we've had issues with that in the past with like Break Invaders had the same bug. I'm not going to worry about it right now, but I do think that this will become an issue. Because if, for example, like whenever the wave spawns, the new thing will spawn in, right? Like a new wave will be added to the list. We need to be very careful with that math. Because if we're off by a little bit, it will increase the like inaccuracy of the waves. So just something to keep in mind. I think this is a possible like big bug fix that we need to do, but for now, it just works. It just works. Yeah. Are the attributes going to affect the targeting? Like heavy targets, the end, middle targets, you know? I don't think so. I think it's just going to shoot closest because that's the easiest one right now. If we have time, maybe we can branch out, but I think for now it's just going to be closest. So let's see. Where's the targets? This is the targets. How do we pick our targets? Spawn projectiles, attack roll, spawn projectiles, attack animation, targets, updating target, update targeting arrow, pick targets. What does this do right now? Might be inefficient to check each frame. That's true. It does pick random right now. So instead it should sort on the targets based on their progress. So it'll say targets dot pop front. No, I was going to try to be clever here and say always pop the first thing, and then there'll be a trigger when things enter or exit that it will resort the list. But well, I don't want to sort the list every frame though. That could get, well, there'll only ever be like 5 or 6 things in this frame at once. So I think it's actually okay. Yeah, it's fine. Targets dot custom sorts, sort custom. Doesn't pop remove the objects? Yeah. Yeah, it does, but you can get around that too. You just say 0 then. But I was using pop colloquially. I was using pop colloquially. Yeah. Function, monster 1, monster 2, monster. That. Let me say return monster 1 dot progress is less than monster 2 dot progress. This will sort the whole list. Then we can just say 0. Let me just make sure that this works. Oh. Cannot get return value of call of sort custom because it returns void. Oh, so we need to sort the list first. So targets like this, and then we're gonna say return targets 0. Again, this is extremely inefficient because it's sorting on literally every frame, which is not optimal, but let's just make sure that this works. We should always be looking at the front person, and when someone leaves, we should snap to the person behind them. So it looks like we're always looking at the front person. And by the front person, I mean the back person, because I got my thing backwards. Let's try again. Right now. We got top heavy and one averse. Those should actually be incompatible, because they literally don't work together, but whatever. Don't break my game. Okay, now it's always looking at the fronts, and when it leaves, it goes to the next one that's closest to the target. Okay, perfect. That works for now. There you go. Just you target 0 since the first guy is always the one to enter the range first. Not necessarily. That will not always be consistent. Let's say, for example, one guy enters the thing, or you have to construct situations like, so there's like 5 targets in the thing. The second one dies. Or what if they have different move speeds? Like what if the small targets, what if they enter the range, big guy enters range first, then small guy. Small guy has more move speed. Small guy passes big guy would still be first in your list. So it doesn't always necessarily work like that. But good thought process on it. If everything moved at the same speed, then I don't know if that works, but I don't see why it wouldn't. But I'm not 100%. Okay, what do we... So now we have this, and again, I want to change this later because this is really inefficient, so... do less sort calls. But I mean, if the supply is only 5, and it's only doing this when it has a target, theoretically, unless the supply gets to like 20, computers are fast. It should be able to do this calculation. But this is the biggest inefficiency in our game. So if we have time, I want to fix it. So I'm going to add a thing for it. Fix sort calls. Okay. What's next? We have the thing. We can spawn a wave. I'm going to set the first wave to be even less because it's kind of hard to kill them with just the regular things. We need to... What's next here? We did the wave mechanic. Well, we didn't finish the wave mechanics. We should start the game with some X amount of waves. And then the thing is basically a conveyor belt. And so it can spawn the next wave, spawn the next wave, spawn the next wave. And then as soon as one spawns, it'll just pop a new one down to the bottom of the list. And it should be the case that you can just add a new wave at progress 0. And it should exactly put that at 800 pixels then, because this will be 800 minus 0. So it'll just put it right down to the bottom, which is perfect. So on spawn wave, we want to queue up a new wave. But it also means at the start of the game, we need to have the waves spawning in. And this is where the math is going to get like very, very difficult. Because you need to do like... How many of these can fit? 1. I'm just going to stack them. Why not? 2. Not you. Well, hang on. What is their size? 72. And we have... What is this size? 750? That's so close to being good, and it's horrible. 750 divided by 72. This is going to be some horrible ass number. Yep, of course it is. That's wrong. This can't fit 10. There's no shot. What am I doing wrong here? This is... Oh, it's 144. Sorry. 750 divided by 144. It can fit 5.2 exactly. Which means 5.208. So we need to do 100 divided by 5.208. 100 divided by 5.208. It was repeating, right? Was it like that? That seems wrong. Hang on. 750 divided by 144. Copy. Then we're going to do 100. Sorry. Here. 100 divided by paste. 19.2%. Exactly? Really? Huh. Neat. So on array update instead of when picking? It'll be something like that, yes. Things get trickier than just on array update though, because if, like, for example, something dies, you need to update the array, but the element in the array will just be a null because it'll be queued. Or queued for queued. What is it? It's like the remove queue or something. But yes, we want to sort the list only when like updates to the list are happening. But it's harder than just thing enter, thing leave, because things can also die. So, and also you can pick up the die. What happens then, right? You can move the die. You can merge the die. What happens when you merge the die? You know, a lot of different things. So for now, I'm just going to do it on the update because it will just handle all of that for me. Okay, so we're going to go here. Let's say the thing is 19.2. 19.2. Move this guy over. 0.192. So if I did something like this, upcoming wave. Oh, we need to actually turn this into a spawnable thing. All right, well, we will do that in a bit. I need to go get a little bit more water. My voice is starting to die. I'm sorry. It's fading on me. Yeah, I'll be right back. I will put on the Subway Surfers for you. Don't worry. Where's the Subway Surfers? My video's gone. I have the Minecraft parkour. We could always use the Minecraft parkour, obviously. Subway. Pull up the other tab. I think it's over here. I have too many tabs. There we go. That's the one. Hit it. Paint. Okay. Ads. ERB. Okay, I'll be right back. Enjoy Minecraft parkour. I not mute my mic? God damn it. I don't know why it matters. All you would have heard is me pouring water, but still. But still, you don't gotta hear that. That's not what you're here for. Probably. I don't know if it is or not, actually. Yo, Neo Panda, how's it going? Hello, hello. Welcome back. How are you? Cool, gigantic emote. How did you do that? How did you become large? Wait. Is this? Are your emotes just built different? How did you do that? You are huge. Sick. Glad. I'm happy for you. It's a bit thing? Oh shit. You paid for. Oh shit. I didn't realize. My apologies. Thank you for throwing money at me. I greatly appreciate it. There's water ASMR. Oh yeah, the glug glug. Channeling my inner Andrea Mangucci. Okay, what was going on? Okay, so this thing works. We need to turn it into a thing that I can actually spawn and then create a bunch of these things here. So we need to go to the wave graphics manager. Nope, we need to go to the wave. We're gonna convert this to a scene. Save branch as scene. Also, what's up, Cypher? I was watching you play. Oh fuck, what game were you playing earlier? It wasn't Repo. I don't remember what it was. I was lurking your stream that you were collabing with someone that I've never heard of before. I'm always lurking, always. I got a little more raspy than I thought it would because my voice is a little scratched up. This will be a wave UI or UI. I'm gonna call it like UI wave because that's how the inputs work too. Arma, was it Arma? When was I watching it? Like today or yesterday? I'm stalking your stream. One moment. Go here, click Cypher Signet. Now I feel embarrassed because I was watching the stream. What game? Pff, don't remember. Was this when you were? I think it was Lethal Company. I think I was watching you play Lethal. No, it was this one. Yeah, it was today. It was today. It was this. What am I talking about? It was Arma 3, yes. I don't know these fucking games. I'm an old man. Leave me alone. I'll shout you out though. How about that? For my crimes of forgetting the game. There you go. We've all been there. I've been coding for like 4 hours after my day job of coding for like 8 hours. Cut me a little slack. One of the best games of all time is 14 Minesweeper variants. You can't change my mind. You ever seen people do the thing where it's Wordle, but it's like 70 words at once? At what point does that have like a function collapse? Like, what is the maximum amount of Wordles you could have that you could reasonably solve in 8 guesses? Like, at some point, the like solution space is just too huge, right? Right? It doesn't work. Or am I stupid? Like, that doesn't scale infinitely. Like, you can't do 100 Wordles at once, right? With only 8 guesses. Like, the complexity just makes it like impossible for you to be able to solve all of them. Well, I mean, first of all, this is assuming that like if you get one right, you get to guess again, because otherwise, obviously, you can't solve 9 Wordles with 8 guesses because you would run out of word. Literally just kick you the fuck out. Okay, this is converted to a scene. Now we can delete this. What's the progress? Don't ask me such questions. They're rude. Scenes here. We have the UI wave like this. Put it up here. That. Okay, we're gonna have upcoming wave equals new, or I guess UI wave. No, we need a way to spawn this. Function spawn wave. Do this. Var UI component equals UI wave that instantiates. Add child. We should set the position first. Doesn't matter. Add child. It'll get updated on the first one anyways. UI components. That. So we can do something like this. I'm just testing something right now. So spawn wave like this. Oh, and then return the UI component like that. So that'll work. And then I can do another one like this. I think I can do something like this. The progress should actually be able to go negative now that I think about it. It's actually fine. Minus 0.192. Why are you doing it like this? Why aren't you just doing the math regularly? Because I'm gonna have to use this as a variable later. So just let it hang. Because if you can't hang, then pff, there's the door, baby. You know what I'm trying to say. This, okay, we go like this. This. I think that's all we'll need. Let's make sure that works. It explodes immediately. Same name as previously declared function. Like literally where? Oh, no, that's totally right. Yeah, you're right. This will be create wave UI component like that. Yo, Lemon Jumps, how's it going? Welcome in. How are you? How are you? Sorry I didn't stay in your stream very long the other day. I was very tired. Penned call expected at most 1 but received 6. Oh, right. This should be append array, and then we can do this. Use JavaScript posting. Do something like that. Does that work? Stop. Just. I know I'm not allowed to type to do the thing when the game's running. Just crash. The game crashed anyway, so get out of here. That doesn't seem quite right. Something's fucky. This needs to have its layer set better. Or you can just put the control at the bottom of the game too. That actually works. There we go. Let's do that. You had food poisoning yesterday. Holy shit, are you okay? About to just quit stream because of it? Oh no, dude. I hope I didn't raid you like right at the end and then you felt like you had to stick around because you got a raid and then you're like, oh god, I'm gonna die of food poisoning, but at the same time, like this is an opportunity to like do a thing. I hope you were just like, fuck this, I'm out. There will be more. I feel bad ending on a raid, but you gotta do it sometimes. They're gone for an hour longer. I'm so sorry. That's a double and give it to the next person situation for sure. Z-axis, I think is it? Z as relative. Wait. Oh, this is for the entire control, right? This is the wave panel. I set you to be 1. I want you to be 0. Let's see. That is close to what I want. It's very close. It's very close. It's off, clearly, by some amount, which is strange. Because it's going up to, like, here? Which I don't super understand why that's happening. Is it because the... What? If I go to you... Yeah, you're just like a dude that's chilling. Like, this is all fine. Why is this suddenly off by some amount? Because we're adding the child to us, not the wave panel, of course. Of course. It should be wave panel.addChild. .addChild. That. Now it'll be over here. Yes! It's working. Then it spawns the wave. And then the monsters go. Let's fucking go! It should spawn like 5 monsters and then be done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or I meant 10 monsters. Why is this not... I'm saying 3, right? Why are you being weird about it? Because I didn't set it in the actual manager? Because I just defaulted to 10? No. What? Monster count here? Did I call it weird in the main? I bet I called it weird in the main. Yeah, fuck you. Wave dot monster count. What did I call it? That's cont. Not quite the word, I think. Monster count. Let's do that. Now, hopefully this works. We got our dice spawning in. We've got the monster. There should only be 3. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. I'm gonna increase this timer too because it feels like they're coming in a little too quickly. Okay, so we're gonna go to this thing. We're gonna set this to be 1.5. How about that? That way there's a little bit more space between them. A little more of a test of your actual dice. Like that. Okay, cool. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. What does this die? Why does my mouse not work anymore? Why? This is a problem. The fuck? I'll do this back up. I mentioned I love the way the squiggly drawn lines are animated. Thank you. We took a lot of inspiration from like Baba Is You style stuff. What's this do? Is relative? Relative to its parents. Yeah, that's fine. And then Rasati actually did this part is actually hand drawn. These lines are hand drawn. These are as well, but I just like freehanded these ones, so it's not as impressive, I think. The inventory, the squares will be the same as well. Getting a full program tutorial, right? That is absolutely correct. Well, depends on what you mean by full program tutorial. There will be a YouTube video on this one. I'm already talking to like the editor and everybody, so it should be good to go. 1d4, 1d4 balanced. But you can go to the YouTube right now to watch the previous video that I did. I don't think it's... My script writing needs a lot of work, to be honest. It's like the first real video that we did, but you can go there if you want to watch. There's no video command. It's just me typing it in manually because I'm bad at this stuff still. One day I'll get better, but not yet. Dude, we have a tower defense. It's actually working. Holy shit. I never thought I'd see the day. Okay. So kind of the game is working here, sure. We do need to add something to the end of this list when we get to oh, this math is going to be hard because it's such a weird fucking number. Does it go all the way to the bottom at the start? Yes. So we need, at any point in time, we need like 6 waves. So when that one spawns, it should put another wave down here. I guess we actually already have that at the start of the game. Something like this. When this one spawns, we're going to append a new wave to the end of the array. So we're going to say upcoming waves dot append. We're going to say upcoming waves. Well, first we need to create the component. Create UI wave components. We're going to say for this, we're going to set it all to just what it is already. This progress is going to be the progress of the last one plus 0.192. So it'll be upcoming waves. Does that work? I don't know actually. Dot wave progress plus 0.192. And this is actually just the whole integer, so this should not drift out of the way. Right, we need to create a new thing, new upcoming wave. This wave dot new. Then we can fill out all this garbage. This, and then for the for the monster count, we need, or we'll say normal again. And then for the count, we'll say just 3 for now. Just keep it all wrapped up nice and consistent. And then we'll do this. So now when the wave spawns, it should put another one at the end where the next wave should be. So this should just keep making waves. It looks like it is. Let me play the game for a bit. Let's see how it feels. Got a 1d4, 1d4. I'm gonna spawn a new die. Why not? Get a little more firepower out there, and then make another one. This is a nudge. Okay. I'm gonna make ourselves a d6 here. Probably use the nudge because it's the best one. One averse. That's also a good modifier. I want to put that on our good die here as well. We have a top heavy die. That's always a good one as well. This is what I was saying, where like I want more effects on the dice. Because as it currently stands, we're just going to get to a point where you just want to make the biggest numbers possible. And while that's fun, I think that is a little bit... The game crashes. Neat. Oh, this is if it's trying to shoot a target that doesn't exist anymore. If the target no longer exists, you want to just save where the target used to be, and the shot will just go to where it used to be. Or it can try to pick a new target. I guess it can try to pick a new target as well. Spawn projectiles. Why does this even have a target? Like, why aren't we doing this when we spawn the projectile? Global position. I guess the projectile might also do a thing where it runs... There's 2 checks here. One, if the thing doesn't exist when I go to fire the projectile, that's an easy solve. You can just try to find a new target. So here we can say, if target, do the thing. Or sorry, we can say, if not target, equals get, or pick target, we just pick a new one. Then we say, if not target again, we just say return. Like that. And we can actually do this at the top. So we always make sure that we have a thing. So we're gonna see if we still have a target. If we do, great. If we don't, try to pick a new one. If that doesn't work either, just get out of there. That should fix the first problem. How long should the track be? 3 minutes? Or like 3.5 if it loops, and the intro can be like the first bit. There is an extra thing here. There should be an extra thing here. Where's the extra thing? I don't see. It should be spawning a new... Huh. That's strange. Why isn't that working? Waves append. When you spawn the wave, do the thing. It's playing the SFX, so I know that's working. Got it 3 minutes? Perfect. So, why isn't this working? Wave progress plus 192. Let's look at the remote while this is running. The remote main control wave panel. I see 3. Where are you? Where are you at right now? What's your position? Am I not adding child? I think I do that when I do it here, right? Yeah, I do. We should have another one now. We do. It's you. And your position is like going up. I'm confused. What? Is it not doing this correctly? Wave progress plus 0.192. What if I say like plus 3? Plus like 0.4, like really get it out there. What did you mean by that? So like if the track has a lead in before, because it's gonna loop, right? Like the track is gonna loop over and over. Oh, it's not getting the last guy. What does -1 mean in Godot? This should be upcoming waves. Get last? Is it get last? That gets. How do you get the last element in Godot array? Get last element. Yeah, this is the last one. Question mark? Upcoming waves, that new upcoming waves. Should be the last one on the list. I am bewildered. Wave progress plus 192. And then when you get to here, it should be fine. Let me take a look at this. So you mean outro equals intro, so it loops. I was confused because you said intro as the beginning. Well, so the track will look something like this, right? So we have like some sort of intro into the song, then the actual part that loops. This is about 3 minutes, right? Because you're not going to loop from the start of the song, because the start of the song has like a ramp up, right? This will include the drummy funny parts as well. You didn't see it. Oh, I'm so excited. So no outro. We don't need an outro, but we need like, if this is like the incoming part, the drums probably start like here, by the way. It's just literally that like first bit of the song where like it literally the volume's like coming up. It's going to sound weird if you loop the entire track, because then you have this like ramp every time. It sounds like the volume's going to like go down and then come back up at the start of the song. So you just need like some point. You only want the funny part? No, not necessarily. Like here, let me just give you like a real example with noise. If we go, where's the song? Song. That's the inspiration of the song. Like if we listen to this real quick. Where would it loop? Honestly, this doesn't have much of an intro. I think you could just loop this as it is. Am I stupid? Hang on. Yeah, you just need to make sure you transition back into this, like, the mood of the start of the song, I guess. I guess the whole thing can loop. There's no problem with that. Yeah. That's what I'm saying? Okay, sorry. My apologies, God. I get a beep, you can loop. This is one of those times where I'm going to leave it to the people that make music to make the decisions on how the music is made, because I think your opinion is probably better than mine. I can give you pass fail, but I hesitate to give you like XYZ is better than ABC, because I think your intuitive understanding of that is going to be better than mine. I can give you directions on if it fits or not, but I think as far as like musical direction, I want you to have ownership of that. Oh, don't say ownership. We're not a fucking company. I want you to take the lead and really have ownership over the project that you're siloed to be in when it comes to the creation of the music for the product that we're going to push out to our customers. Shut the fuck up. I hate you. Anyways. I wanted to see this because it's broken. Sky Games. Yeah. It's coming. Okay. Die manager. No. Okay. This is wave. Upcoming waves -1. Where's upcoming waves? Upcoming waves is here. The thing at the back of this is here. Its wave progress is 0.23. 0.42, 0.61. Why are they backwards? I'm so fucking stupid. Please no. Please no. Please don't tell me that's what it was. Oh god. Yep, there it is. Yeah, it was just that. It had to be mine. I think I've been coding for a little bit too long. It's possible. It's possible there's been a little bit too much juice. That's funny. Well, no worries. It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it. What do I want to do now? This is working. We need to scale the waves. So the wave mechanics and monster spawning works. Now we need to do the level scaling. Then we fix the inventory. Then we do the mana resource. Then we do the cost of creating die. Then we do the add die destroy button. Then we do the menu. Then we do the pause menu. Then we do the SFX volume slider. Then we do the music slider. Then we do fix the sort calls. Then we do the elements. Then we do the items with the +1 supply. Then we do this is actually done. Monster hit. Do we need a monster hit? I don't think so. I'm removing this. Die inventory. That's actually done. Supply indicator. Well, it's not done yet. But mana indicator, wave indicator. We did that. Money indicator. We were gonna have two resources. What we called one mana and the other one was like void shards or something. Essence. We could call it essence. Essence, of course. A different word that means nothing. And then these were void shards that you spent at the shop. Can't place down path. Spawn particles. Fix high number dice. Create 3 sprites. Right, this is the die number. We actually need to fix this like before the this happens before submit. Okay. Level scaling. Let's think about level scaling. So we will have oh, I need to be able to set the text on this too. I didn't think about that. We need a wave count. Here we're gonna add the wave counts. We're gonna say UI components dot what? This will be the. If I go to the scene for it, this is the label. This is the wave label. Wave label. Wave label. Yeah, wave label. Okay, we go to the wave label. Also, rhythm we hear. Thank you for the follow. I normally don't shout out followers, but I love anyone with rhythm in their name. So there you go. Why, you ask? Because I've put like an inordinate amount of time into Sound Voltex Exceed Gear. And I'll do it again. This will be the wave label. Feel free to unfollow now that I like called out someone who was just minding their own day and like doing their own thing. Probably didn't want attention for clicking a button, but you know, I appreciate it nonetheless. Wave label text equals string wave counts. And then we can +1 the wave count. Wave count plus equals 1. There we go. So now it should say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It breaks. It breaks immediately. Sick. Why do you break? Is it get child? Get child. Int index. I've never done this before. That work? No, because it needs an integer. If included total is false, let's just tell them my index. Each child node is an index relative to its siblings to get index. The first child is at index. So we get child. This is wrong. We shouldn't be doing it like this, but it does work. But this is bad. I'll admit that's bad. That shouldn't work like that. Not only should it not work like that, but it like literally just doesn't work at all. All right, let's fix it. We're gonna say class name UI wave extends control. We'll have def update or set wave, not def. He's Python posting. Def set wave number, and then we can say wave label here. You can do that? I didn't know you could do that. You could reference yourself like that. Dot text equals, we're gonna go ahead and grab the text that we set here. That equals this plus string wave number. Where does wave number come from? Great question. Thank you so much for asking. Wave number like that. And now in the main, we can say, instead of UI component.getChild bullshit, we can say set wave number to the wave count. Like that. That's the much better way of doing it. Okay, ship it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's working. They're also doing the wiggly, which is fantastic. They're doing a little too much of the wigglies. You're over wiggling. UI wave here. I'm gonna set this to be radius is like 1 maybe. It's too much. You're a little too passionate with the wiggling. Maybe I don't wiggle at all. Maybe like 0.5, 0.25. Like just a little bit for me. Small wiggles. Nah, I think it just looks weird. There's maybe like a different, like a shaky text. Shaky text. Let's see if there's any of these that we could use. Performance. Is there a performance? Use BB code directly as is, since text format is rarely a heavy task. Okay, cool. Good to know. What else can we work with here? Outline size, outline color. I want effects, I guess. A tornado. Yeah, tornado is like this. I guess maybe wave is more what we want. We want wave. Wave is just up and down, right? Which is kind of, we don't want the circle. I think is the thing that looks weird. Would you trust corn dogs from a taco place? Yeah, I think I would. I don't know. Taco places are. What? Oh, this isn't. This is what this looks like. Oh, that is so fast. Taco places are usually just absolute straight gas. So you can see like 1 maybe. Why does it look like you're off by like 1 pixel to the right? Because you are? Because you literally are. I'm a fucking genius. You're still off by 1 pixel to the right, but that's more of a division by even numbers thing. Amp, we're gonna set that to like 1. It does nothing. How about 2? How about 5? How about 10? How about 20? How about like 30? Yeah, like 30. That's probably good. We can set this like 0.5. You're doing a little weird hops around. I don't like that, but yeah, I think that's solid. They like drift up and down a little bit, but stay centered. I think when they're not centered, it looks weird. There's a shake BB code. Yeah, but the shake isn't like, the shake is really intense. Look, we tried it earlier. This shit is like crazy. We could try toning it down a little bit, but even then it's rate like 10 maybe. 0.5. It's not the same kind of like cute shakiness that the other ones give. It's kind of it's having a moment when you do it that way. Try not. Right, you actually have to like type the thing out. Godot only does what you tell it to do. It's disgusting. It doesn't do what I mean it to do. When's the vibe code upgrade for Godot? That way I can spend half my time trying to wonder why I can not even understand how the approach to a problem. That's good. I like that. You can definitely tell they still move up and down. The problem is they like all kind of have the same frequency because they all enter the scene at the same time. But I think that's okay. I think it works. I think it's actually, I think this is solid. Okay. Okay, that's wave spawning. We need to do wave scaling. Is what I would say. I think I can tell I'm kind of running out of gas and my voice is dying a little bit. So I'm going to call it there. I might work for it a little bit more and see if I can get like the level scaling done as well. But I think I'm going to call it there. So yeah, thank you for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for chilling. Thank you to Alkaline for the raid. There was one other raid as well. I'm going to scroll up until I find it. Might take a minute. This is why I think people put it in there like at the start. But I'm gonna get there. Don't you tempt me. I don't think I'm gonna get there. Well, whoever you were. I apologize for not being a better streamer. But yeah, All right, I'm gonna peace out. Let's see if we can pass off to someone. We'll go Popsicle today. Yeah, that's a good one. I like this channel. I'll probably be watching there for a bit. They're on Be Right Back. That's fine. It'll be a surprise. Slash raid. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We've got, that's the BB code. That's not gonna work. That's not how that works. Won't be missing the end of the stream this time. True. You'll be here for the whole experience. Including the part where I forget that it takes like 10 seconds before you're actually allowed to launch the raid, so we just sit here like awkwardly staring at each other for a little bit, and then I have to be like, oh man, sorry, I wanted to click the button, but you have to like have a cooldown for some reason. I wonder if that's like a function that Twitch does for some reason. You have to have like that buffer in there built in there, but either way I have to like wait till that timer goes down and then I'm allowed to click the button, so you know how it is. Bye VOD watchers.